How's it going? How's it going, Ricky? Oh, back to Ricky. Nice cut, Jew. How you doing, brother? How's it going, Crystal? Oh, what's good? That's how we're gonna start off festivities, is it? I'm not even sure what to expect tonight. How's it going, Westy? What's good, my man? How was it? How was it out of your boys the other night? Hope you had a good one. This isn't exactly an impromptu one. I said I was gonna go on midweek, but I don't really have much of a plan for what's going on. I guess just a little bit of a catch up, little bit of shit talking, the usual stuff. Is it true that all British men are too big queers? Some of us are like 4. I'd say it ranges between 2 and 5, I would say. Happy 4th, you un-American bastard. It's the second of July, mate. How's it going, B7? What's good, man? How's everyone doing? How's the week been? Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's nice and chilled. I do have a couple of guests turning up at some point, but I'm not sure when and if they're going to turn up. So if they don't, this could be the shortest Frankie stream of all time. 4 is respectable. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're not willing to take a dick in the ass after 4 beers, then you're not the kind of guy I want to hang out with. That came out wrong. How we all doing? Fucking hell. I'm finally off the buzz of the weekend. I'm feeling good. You're probably around that range. 4. 4 is a good number. 4 is a solid number. I had a great weekend at my buddy's place, helped him drywall his kitchen and made him buy the pay-per-view. Sounds all right. So I found a really great place to try and record everyone's fireworks. I'm going to be able to have a view of like 8 people that spend a shitload of money every year on fireworks. I've spent money on fireworks before. They are not cheap. And I don't even like fireworks that much. So it was a one and done situation. How you doing, Ron? What's good? How you doing, brother? I'd slump Ilia easy. We're on that one already, yeah. Delusions have started straight from the offset. I've been growing as an Ilia Tapiria fan for a little while now, and I'm here. He's the best in the sport right now. It's up to anyone else to tell me different. Nice haircut, I appreciate it. I wasn't too fond of it, to be honest. Got a little bit of a fade thing going on, but because I got no hair, or I got very thin hair, it just looks fucked, in my opinion. But sometimes you got to take a few risks. Ron, you fucking beauty. But I've got a wedding to go to on the weekend, so I didn't want to turn up looking as homeless as I usually do. I love that you guys notice stuff like this. This is when I really feel the love from you guys. My own family don't notice when I get a fucking haircut, but you guys turn up and you never miss a single detail. So shout out to you beautiful bastards. This is why I love you. How's it going, Joey? What's good, my man? Every time I see your name, I feel like just token up again. Fireworks are cheap in the Philippines, but also my buddy blew several fingers off, so there's that. Quality control is expensive. If I'm gonna buy anything that explodes, I'm willing to shell out a few extra bucks. Ilia is just a midget. I'd hold him back by his forehead and kick him in the nuts. I mean, that could work. I encourage you to try. Actually, I don't encourage you to try because I actually like you. Maybe you shouldn't do that. If you're looking for somebody who's gonna give you less Ilia glaze, you're not gonna find it here. I think he's the man right now. I'm all in on Ilia Tapiria. I think he ends his tenure as the GOAT of the sport. which these days doesn't really sound that hard. I think if he gets like 3 or 4 more like ridiculous wins under his belt, if he fights the right people, we're going to be talking about him as the guy. Giving Brandon Moreno a run for his nickname. Yeah, Brandon Moreno's. I don't like that baby assassin stuff. There are. I'm not sure who has the worst nickname in MMA. It's probably It was probably Brian Battle's previous incarnation, whatever that was. Pooh Bear was just a terrible name, and then he changed it to Butcher, which is somehow even more shit. I've said this a few times on here. Your name's Brian Battle, cunt. Just call yourself Brian Battle. All right. How you doing, Atomic? Been a minute. How you doing? How is an occasional viewer number one? Shame on you guys. Number one in what? Are they doing it? Oh, they're doing that shit, aren't they? So depending on how many is that, so how does this work here? Does this mean how many chats you've made in the current one or generally? Because if it's generally, that is fucking embarrassing. Even I have to give it to the little Spanish fella. He's the best fighter in the world right now. Like the stream. Like the stream if you think so. Like the stream if you hate him. We're playing that game today. I knew a guy who blew off half his thumb, index, and middle fingers fucking around with fireworks. I mean, as far as stupid things go, I've done that when I was a teenager. I've held like one of those little fireworks. I've done stuff like that. So Brian Little Pooh Man Battle. Exactly. He should have kept it as Pooh Bear because at least it's like with Fluffy Hernandez. It's like it's a really silly nickname, but it's like dude's a killer. So it kind of works as like I'm gonna make you think I'm a massive pussy, and then I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Beast in 25-8 is horrible as well. Brian Battle already has a built-in nickname. No need for the Butcher. Exactly that. If you've got a name like Battle, just leave it as it is, man. You've already been gifted with a great fighter name. In my opinion. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, sir? I just want a fighter. Do you think a nickname of Dr. Menace I think would be awesome? Sounds like a cartoon character. In my opinion. I hate to disagree with you. But I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I don't know what my fighter nickname would be because my actual name is not good for fighting. How you doing, Juice Man? I've got like one of those typical Irish names. Gucci Mane. That's a rapper, isn't it? Never heard any of his music, but I've heard he's shit. I know, right? It's like raping a man and then calling him gay when he gets a boner. It's kind of like that. I kind of have to agree with you on that. Hard to disagree with that one. I loved when Battle fought Gore. Exactly. I mean, those two names you have to match. You have to match guys up when they got names like that. You have to do it. An MMA fighter game had a nickname. Your mother's boyfriend. That's thinking outside the box. I wonder what. No, France. My name isn't Frankie. It's Francis, which isn't a typical Irish name either. But my family name is as dirt Irish as it gets. Like when you hear that name, there's no doubts. It's like someone said my name on stream one time, like it was some kind of big. It's like his name's not Frankie, it's actually Francis, and like they were doxing me. It's like it's the same name. It's just like a nickname variant. If my name was Jerry or something, you got me. But it's basically the same name. Gucci Mane has some bangers. Can you name some? I mean, I don't really listen to music too much unless I'm drunk and I'm up for dancing and maybe doing a little smashing. But I don't really smash to music either. I'm a professional. I don't need any performance enhancers. You feel me? I love cartoons. That's why I had a second kid. It's more excuse to watch more cartoons. The thing is, yeah, it's fine if you're rocking out those old cartoons from back in the day, but these new ones are terrible shit. There's only one cartoon that I fuck with now that's really good. Oh, it's one on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it though. Fuck. Oh fuck. Hang on. I need to get this right because it's not going to come up on here, is it? Netflix. Oh man, this is going to piss me off. How is it not popping up on all these lists? Oh man, maybe cartoon is the wrong word. It will come to me right at the end. Hang on a second. I've got Brutally in here. Let's get him in because I'm talking absolute nonsense already.
Are you right, lad? How you doing?
How you doing, brother? You're right. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm good. So what do you think? What do you think of the pound for pound list? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm delighted. You remember what I said on Sunday?
What? We talked about a lot of shit Sunday.
I said that he is the pound for pound number one, but they're gonna keep Islam there because of the dick riding.
But I was surprised. I woke up this morning. I was like, "There's no way. There's no way they've done it," and they have. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Right choice in my opinion.
It's the right choice because how would you justify having fighters below Islam who have not proven it in who have proven it in other divisions? Like that is the definition of pound for pound. Is does your skill set translate into another division? And Tapori has just done that in fantastic fashion as well.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm kind of glad you brought this up here because, like, I think part of the issue is a lot of people define what pound for pound is in like a very different way. Because obviously, like, Dana White kind of has it as whoever can fuck whoever up in that room at any time. That seems to be his definition of what a pound for pound is.
I think people get Dana White confused with the GOAT conversation.
I think he's confused about that.
I can't remember the exact conversations, but yeah, there's GOAT conversation, which is who's coming out of a room and then who's the best fighter of all time. Then pound for pound. Pound for pound is if Topuria was in heavyweight, is it going to translate? Is his skill set going to translate in every division? And if you put the same fighter in every division, are they winning every division, or is it going to translate into most divisions? I think heavyweight's one of those where there's an exception because of power. But even Topuria, look at how much power he's got. You could say with Topuria, right, he could... Islam's not going to translate to fucking heavyweight. When's the last time Islam knocked someone out? So that's one weight he's fucking toasted at. And then you move across the divisions and you start going, right, well, Islam gets beat by this guy. He gets beat by this guy. Right now, I honestly think if Topuria went up to fucking welter, he smokes Islam. That's the mindset I'm in when I think about Topuria right now. He would beat Islam at welterweight.
Do you know what? Do you know what I think? I think if he goes to world, depending on how Makhachev performs against JDM, which obviously we haven't seen yet. As things stand right now, I'm going to assume that he translates to welterweight very well. I would. It's a weird one with Topuria and Makhachev because if they fought at welterweight, I would probably still edge Makhachev in that situation. But if they went down to 155, I reckon Ilia bangs him out.
That's true.
Bangs him out.
Islam would have a significant advantage because he's framed as he's a big guy, and he could pack on more muscle at that weight and keep, whereas Topuria isn't going to get much bigger than he is. Or, I mean, stranger things have happened, but I can't see him putting that much muscle on to go to welterweight if he ever made that move.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely what I loved about the weekend is it definitely sets us up for like an intriguing. It feels more like a viable fight now because I'll be honest, when the fight was first made, and I've said this a few times, I always felt that Islam was going to be too big for him. Like that was always my view. It's like, well, he's too strong in that division. He's too filled out in that division. I reckon he fucks him up. But now that I've seen what Ilia's done to Charles, I know Charles made some mistakes. It wasn't his most high IQ performance, but the domination now and showing he was even more powerful at 155. I'm like, oh, actually, this intrigues me now.
It's very, you know why it's so intriguing is how easily is power translated to lightweights. It wasn't like this is a like he wore Charles down over a few rounds and he caught him with some good hooks and then you know he was worn out through the fight. That was pure power. It was just pure power, natural power. It's not like he head kicked him and in the first round and then in the second round he grounded him with ground and pound all round and grinded him down. We're talking about pure knockout power, and he's proved that he can knock people out at lightweight and fairly fucking easily. Like fairly fucking easily.
Cakewalk. What scared me about that performance is like, and I think people have said this, it wasn't just that he won by TKO, because we know Charles can be hit and we know Charles can be hurt. It was that fucking he ironed him out.
As Joe Rogan said, no one's ever done this to Charles. No one's ever done this.
He might have got in my head. Yeah, he might have got in my head, actually. I'm not going to lie.
But it's true, though. If you go look at Charles's record, he's never been laid out. He's never been knocked unconscious.
Not
it's impressive that there's nothing. I'm excited again for the sport. When you get someone like Topuria, there's people that are special through personality, and then there's people who are special in the cage. Topuria is one of those that we're witnessing right now. The guy is fucking special. He's got a confidence about him that is just insane. Like when I was watching the fight, I said to JPL, I just can't believe how calm he is. Like it looked like he was just going make a fucking brew or something or grab a beer. He was just like chilled at it's like that.
Yeah, he's so chill. I think it's that mentality he has of like, when somebody says the fight's won in the training room.
Yeah.
And then I think his exact quote was, the fight's won in the training room, and then on fight night, it's just the day you collect the belt.
Yeah, and that's an insane quote as well.
And he fights like that. Like it's one of the best performances we've seen in a long time. And it's one of those ones where we did talk about it beforehand. I am so convinced by Ilia's ability on the ground and his ability to wrestle that I'm like, even though because the thing is, I'd seen it a bit in the regionals, and there's always that question mark of, can he do it in the UFC? You don't know. And a lot of people cite that Bryce Mitchell fight as the one where, he got taken down, but he got taken down and controlled for about a minute or two, and then he managed to reverse him, and he finished him on the ground by choking him out.
Yeah.
So even citing that as an example is mad.
And didn't he? He's finished a few grapplers, hasn't he? Like he finished Ryan Hall. Like right at that stage, I thought Ryan Hall is a fucking insane grappler. He's an insane grappler, and I thought Ilia's going to be a bit too fresh. He's a bit too green. I felt like this is going to be a really dangerous fight for Ilia if he bypassed him like it was nothing and fucking hammer-fisted him to the finish. And
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that Ryan Hall is a great grappler, but his jiu-jitsu's mad, because even the way he gets people down, it's a lot of like Granby rolls and grabbing legs and that kind of shit. But it's like,
he's not a wrestler, is he? But like as soon as it goes to the ground, you think he's going off as something, and he offered nothing. Mm-hmm. Like if you can dispatch people that easily, who are world class at what they do, there's something special on the rise there. And then, like you say, what he did to Charles, how he coped with Charles. And when you think Islam struggled with Volk, I just don't see it going any other way than Islam getting fucked up.
I'm with you on that.
You're saying
boy Juliana's in the bathroom. Are you taking a shit right now, sir?
Yeah, it sounds like you're having a shit, Gilly.
No, but I did just wake up, like overslept. But I was gonna ask brutally like about Ilia because you know like I remember you saying that like like the UFC just doesn't have like fan favorite type of fighters anymore. And like, I mean, are you looking at Ilia's like rise as something like that or no?
Ilia's different. Ilia, he's a personality, and but he's not at the same time. Like he's something else. He's like special in a different way. The guy is. He reminds me very much of. He's too humble. I wish he was a bit meaner, to be honest. I wish he was a bit meaner and he was a bit more ruthless. But he is what he is. I like him. His fan base is going to be predominantly Spanish and Latino people, I guess. I don't know what the fucking who's following him, but he's amazing. He's amazing to watch. As a personality, he's lacking a little bit. He's lacking a little bit.
You think Superior's lacking in personality?
Yeah, I mean,
little bit. Like,
you wish he was meaner. I mean, he celebrates his victories before the fight even happened. Like,
no,
I mean,
he's a cool guy. He's a very fucking cool.
He's quite
guy.
charismatic.
He is charismatic, but I don't find what am I looking for? Like, how we used to have all these bad blood feud fights. I feel like that's what we're missing in the UFC. Like, there's no one with real bad blood. Like, even the thing with Paddy, like that is a feud, and it's a bit cheesy. It's a bit gay. It's like Ilia's going, he pushed him, but it didn't feel real. It just felt like sportsmanship and a bit of a show. That's
did
what
you see
like.
Did you see the altercation they had a while back in that? I think it was in like a cafeteria or some shit.
Yeah, I saw that then. But like, you can see Ilia is a very professional. He carries himself very professionally. Like, when you see him at the PI and he's meeting Volk and he's meeting all these fighters, he's hugging them, he's shaking hands. He's a very respectful guy. And I think that one fallout was that, I think that caught Ilia off guard. And now he's cool, calm, and collected. He's gone back to being a professional, and you could see the push when he pushed him. It was a bit of a showmanship, or let's spice it up for the crowd. It didn't feel real. Like, remember the feuds that we've had, like Jones Cormier, Jones Rampage, Jones fucking anyone. Like the feuds that I just think we're lacking in the UFC.
I don't know, man. I think he's got the right balance. I think he's politely disrespectful before a fight. He's got sick one-liners he comes out with, and then what he does do that keeps kind of people on his side or keeps most of us on his side, is after he wins, he's very humble about who he beats. Like, he's not disrespectful after he beat. I think he will be when he knocks the fuck out of Paddy. I think when he knocks Paddy out, he's gonna piss on his grave.
I don't think he will.
I don't think that fight's. I'm pretty sure that Pimlet's fighting KG and Superior is gonna probably fight Armin.
I don't know if apparently Pimlet's already said that fight is bullshit.
Yeah, he squashed it. He did an interview today, I think it was, or yesterday, saying that,
unless they've told Dricker something and then they haven't run it by
which is entirely possible.
Paddy yet.
Which is entirely possible.
I don't mean
that fight doesn't that fight doesn't make sense for Superior's first title defense, honestly. Like, I mean, that that would just be I mean, that's kind of like a slaughter. I mean, he should fight Armin. Because I mean,
I think name value wise, it's probably, I mean, in terms of talent wise and skill wise, it's probably a better fight for your CV. But in terms of the beef,
I mean, after a while, it's like you kind of want the best fighters to fight the best fighters. Do you not? I mean, You know?
I mean, yeah, but to say that Paddy isn't one of the best in that division would be insane at this point. That, like, I would agree if like everyone was like, oh my god, Armin is fucking phenomenal. Like, oh my god, fucking
Undeniable,
Armin.
he's
What
not.
if? Oh my god, he is going to be a champ one day. Oh god, Armin, you are the best I have ever seen. No, we're not talking about Armin like that, are we? Like, I'd agree with you there. If we're all like on the edge of a seat watching Armin Sarukian and thinking, fuck me, this guy needs to be fighting for title. But if they said, right, you can fight Paddy, I wouldn't be upset.
No, I don't think I don't think most people would.
I mean, everyone's mad at Armin for fucking, you know, gooning or whatever, but he's simping, gooning, you know, pulling out on a day's notice. But the reality is that fucking Paddy Pimblett hasn't really gotten the title shot level yet. I think he's good enough, but like, you know, to fast track him to a title shot to try to work like a storyline between him and Zaperia, I think is kind of ridiculous. Before Ilia,
it's not work. It's organic though. This has gone years back. Like, Paddy dropped a comment about his country a while back, a really vicious line about his country, and then they've had there's stuff you can use that you can build up over years, not just there's numerous things they both said in interviews about each other. There's the face off now. You've got beef that spanned a couple years. They were beef. The reason why when you said the beef felt a little bit fake, I have to push back on that a little bit, because they were kind of going at each other when they weren't even in the same weight class, and that always indicates this is real beef.
Yeah.
Well,
like when they've got no prospects of really fighting.
Yeah, but O'Malley was going at Zaperia. I mean, you can find like you know, like a history of like fighters just talking shit to each other. I mean, you know, like people forgot about Ian Gary and Sean Strickland were supposed to fight. Like, you know, like
but that was brief. We are talking about years, aren't we? We're talking about years
for a while. Yeah.
And it's like they always keep going back to it, and this was like Frankie says, going back to when they had no prospect of fighting each other. Neither of them were ranked at the time, or if they were at the bottom of the fucking rankings. So it wasn't like calling out a champion, like calling out Sean O'Malley and giving him a bit of shit because he's at the top and trying insert your name into like popular headlines or something. We're talking about two bottom of the rank fighters with a genuine dislike for each other over
we weren't in the same way
that happened off camera.
Exactly. Yeah. So I kind of like, do I think that Paddy should be next? Probably not. But again, in these kind of situations, it's like when you have an organic beef there that you can sell, sometimes the right thing to do is just to capitalize on that before.
I mean, what Paddy loses? What Paddy loses the next two fights? It's over. It's done.
If he loses one, it's over. If they put him in there against Gaethje, which he could lose, if they put him in there against Armin, which he could lose, well, I'm saying that's probably the right thing to do. But
they can never do Paddy versus Armin. I mean, it's like, I mean, Ilia was never not going to be Charles Oliveira. Like, so it's like, you know, now he's the double champion. He's, you know, it's like he should have like, you know, like the test that, like, you know, because if let's say he beats Armin, right? Then, and let's say Islam beats JDM, then Ilia can go. He can say like, all right, like, you know, I beat Armin, like you were supposed to, like, come back down to lightweight. Let's see like who the best, yeah. That's the fight that Islam versus Ilia.
But here's a point for you, right? Conor McGregor side quested with the Nate Diaz fight, and we had one of the best two back-to-back fights that we have ever seen.
Dude, how good was the first Nate Diaz McGregor fight? It was one of my favorite fights to rewatch.
Exactly, and the moment that Nate Diaz had after it, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers, was one of the best lines ever happened in the UFC.
Yeah,
and everyone was on the Conor train at that point. Conor's not going to lose, and for him to get beat how he got beat was just a proper upset for the casual fans at the time. So I feel like this is one of those moments which is worth the side quest where we could get a phenomenal, crazy fight. We could get an upset. Because I'd imagine Topuria is going to be the heavy favorite going into that fight, and I think Paddy gets knocked the fuck out. But Paddy has got skills, and it would be interesting if he did get Topuria to the ground, because he's big. Paddy's he's a pig. He's a big
Paddy's
pig.
very big. Yeah, Paddy's only chance would be to get him to the ground. Like, on his own terms, and to relentlessly shoot on him. Like, yeah,
how insane, as much as I don't want it to happen, Paddy being the champ, it would be it would be incredible for the sport, because we'd have this larger than life personality at the top again. So like, that fight to me makes sense. Like, Arman Tsarukyan winning is probably the UFC's worst fucking nightmare. It's probably the worst fucking nightmare, because I don't think Arman sells as much as Topuria. Topuria is a massive star. Paddy's a massive star. At this point, who are you going to want? Fucking Tsarukyan as champion, or one of them two?
They need to ride the wave, is what I'm saying. And the thing is, it's a mad one, because, like I said, like Paddy, if Paddy wasn't coming off that Chandler win, where I know Chandler's a bit washed, but people have got title shots of Chandler before. And the way that he absolutely decimated him and destroyed him in that fight, at least he's coming off a wave where you can say, shit, like, skill-wise, you can say it's viable.
He looks impressive. He looked like he looks like a developing fighter. That's where I feel like right now is a good time to capitalize, because people are going to buy into that bullshit that Paddy's and he is developing every fight. I think it's too soon for Paddy out of a title shot. Personally, I think he gets beat.
So
people can buy into the narrative.
I mean, and all of what you're saying makes sense. The problem that I have is that you give him a title shot now before he's ready, and he's not going to get another one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it kind of like, and it's like Moicano took the title shot on a day's notice, because he was, he's 36 years. It is different. He was 36 years old. The likelihood was that he was never going to get there, in any other way. But Paddy's younger.
What you've just said, though, justifies it even more for me. And I'll tell you why. Because if Topuria decides to, I don't know, do something crazy, defend the belt a few times. Say Paddy fights Gaethje next, for example. He loses to Gaethje. Then he's got to at least have another fight before entertaining a title shot. Topuria defends two more times. He defends the belt two more times and decides, I'm going to go for the third belt, and moves up to welterweight. And then we never get that fucking Paddy fight. I don't know. It feels like now is the right time. Yeah.
What I can say though is, like, what's very clear here is what Dana said in the post-fight presser was very, very telling. He was very upset about the face-off, when usually he's not upset about organic moments being allowed to play out as they're supposed to. So he clearly doesn't want that fight. So he's a bit annoyed that the fact that it has happened and now people want it more. But also another thing he said in the presser was, who cares if it's a fun whatever? That's not what we do here. And Arman was the backup for that title fight.
Yeah.
So clearly the UFC were kind of, they probably had an agreement in place with him where they were like, all right, turn up as the backup, get your little 20K, but if you make weight, that'll be your favor to us, and then you're back where you should be. Yeah. So I think that was their intention all along, to do that. So whether or not we think Paddy would be more fun, it's a more organic thing to get into, it's very clear that Dana and probably whoever's behind him was maybe leaning towards putting Arman in there, and now it's like it's kind of been taken out of our hands a little bit, and they're kind of trying to put a few fires out. Whether I think the Paddy fight will happen or not, I'm not sure that it will, but every indication shows that the company are against it. So likelihood is it will be Arman, which is a fight I don't hate either.
What's Paddy ranked at the moment?
I think he's seventh. I think he's
seventh or eighth, I think.
Let me check.
I can't get into the rankings, the UFC site isn't working for me.
I don't know. Jesus. Of course, I have to do
Rankings.
everything.
Hang on. So he's 10th. He's dropped down 2.
Okay. So he's dropped down 2 after this. How's he dropped 2?
They dropped everyone down 1 after this last
Superior got up.
weekend.
Yeah.
Somehow Darius.
Yeah, but why Paddy 2?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, he's 10th. Yeah,
that doesn't make
dropped
sense.
him 2 spots. That doesn't make sense actually. But it's real. But
no, because it's weird. Darius.
Nobody
went up.
Removed from the rankings.
Do you know what I think happened? Darius, everyone's gone down apart from Darius. So it means that Darius has stayed where he is. And
Darius and Saint Denis stayed
below
with
Darius.
The 2 worst people in the division. They need I heard I can't get like a straight answer out of anybody on this. Like, Yoel Alvarez is going to welterweight or no? Does anyone know? Because I thought that he definitely should have stayed at lightweight. Like, he was him, and there's a few other people that I'd like to see, like Grant Dawson. I'd love to see Grant Dawson fight Gamrot, and a few people like that. And there's on the last card, there's a lot of people that should I mean, what do you actually? Let me ask you, what do you think of Jacoby Smith? Because I think they should fast track Jacoby Smith.
What to do? I don't. Why do you want Jacoby Smith thrown
up? For a shot, just for a shot at the rankings. Give him
Why?
I mean, just first of all, the grappling, which it's the only time he got his first submission of his entire career.
He looked quite shit for periods of that fight. He fought fucking Nico Price, which is the biggest layup you can get, and you want him to get a ranked opponent. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that that fight's been misinterpreted a little bit. I mean, he was never in danger against Nico Price. He wasn't in danger
because Nico Price was never going to put him in danger. But you have to he was in danger of himself, of gassing out. Like, he looked like he was fading very early.
No, he looked like a guy who is from the entirety of his career been entirely a striker, who's been training grappling very hard and decided to grapple in an actual fight. Almost like
by your recollection, I just want to check the sorry, carry on with what you're saying. I just want to pull something up.
I was gonna say so there's occasionally you see some flashes of just okay, so try to follow me on this. Caio Barallo, right? He can grapple very well, right?
Caio
Barallo. Yes, fighting nerd, right? When he fought Jared Cannonier, he could have grappled during that fight. He instead decided to use a fucking a main event fight that is very important for his career to test his striking ability. And only strike with Jared Cannonier. Something like that is and shit like that goes unnoticed a lot of the time by people who don't really know what they're looking at.
No, so the problem that I have of it right now with you putting him in there right now is you've got guys sitting out the rankings like Randy Brown, Brian Battle, Fakhretdinov, even the Bomb Films have been around for longer. Najakwani.
Bomb Films about to fight Steven Thompson. Salakov's fucking 50.
Yeah, man. But Salakov's been around. Salakov's won way more fights in the UFC than he has. So you're saying that all those guys should wait around?
Okay, hold on. So you just mentioned Bonfim. Bonfim's fighting Steven Thompson. On the Lewis Teixeira card. So he's getting his shot at the rankings. That's the co-main event.
Jacoby Smith.
You
Jacoby
mentioned
Smith
Randy Brown,
unofficially.
who should actually have a title shot. I believe he
Jacoby
has.
Smith shouldn't even be getting a Randy Brown though. That's my point. I don't think he's done enough to even get a Randy Brown. I think Randy Brown would probably fuck him up right now.
That's
Based on
interesting.
what I've
That's
seen.
interesting. Randy Brown looked
But
great in his last fight, but he can be inconsistent. Brian Battle looked like fucking shit in his last fight. He missed weight and arguably lost. But I mean, Brian Battle's Brian Battle. He'll be back with a fucking
I think
performance
Brian Battle
bond.
beats him as well.
I mean, probably right now, maybe. I don't know.
So that's
I
why
mean,
for me, I think if he can win a fight now, if you did a fight with him versus a Brian Battle or a Randy Brown, I think it's a little bit too soon for him. But if he wins that fight, you then say, "All right, we jump you up into the rankings now." I think doing it now is undeserved.
he's one of those prospects where it's like if he was a heavyweight, because there's only like 30 heavyweights, he'd already be ranked. But
I love how we talk about prospects in the UFC, and they're like 30 years old.
I mean,
where are all the young up and coming fighters these days?
You got Joshua
apart from
Van.
Joshua Van,
Young enough for you, bro?
Apart from Joshua Van. It's insane though that we do have the best promotion in the world, and the talent seems to be around that 29, 30-year-old age most of the time, coming into the UFC. I just find that interesting as a sport that's not developed.
I kind of think it should be like that though, because when you get to the pinnacle of the sport, you should have had some time to do your thing on the regionals, get a few fights in the like. It shouldn't be Joshua Van's more of like an oddity. John Jones is more of an oddity.
Yeah,
and you
right.
Get these
Yeah,
young guys coming up.
like,
It shouldn't be the norm that somebody comes in at that young and starts fucking people up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, say,
it's also the average age of of your like when somebody's in their prime as a fighter used to be much younger. Like used to be washed at like 32 if you were like back when in the 20th century, most of the 20th century when it was boxing, like you you were fucking punch drunk by your late 20s. If you hadn't had your title shot or your like now it's with UFC PI and nutritionists and everything that we understand about CTE, better training, better recovery, fucking cold plunges.
No, but my point is, right, back in the day, MMA kids weren't training MMA. Now we have all this development, and we're not seeing any increase in the age of MMA fighters getting younger. In fact, it's probably getting older, if anything. I just find it interesting that the sport's developed that way, where now we're probably at that point where we have complete MMA gyms. Back in the day, if you go right back, it wasn't we didn't have MMA gyms as such. They were learning different disciplines at different, like boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. They were learning it separate, and then MMA gyms started developing, and then kids are doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. There's a generation of kids. Is that going to be the next generation that we're going to start seeing? Because like we have I don't know how familiar you guys are, but like we have the amateur IMMAF, which is an amateur organization that develops fighters, MMA fighters from like when they're really young, and that's what Makayev came through the IMMAF, and
it's almost like the way soccer is in Europe, the way that they're starting to develop people much younger. Like there's a tradition in the UK and in Italy, where the U leagues, like they're about to have the U21 Euro Cup, like
The thing is, though, kids play. There's a bigger percentage of kids playing football on the street and in school than fucking people up on the
Well,
street.
no, for sure, for sure. All I'm saying is like, that, yeah, like what Brutally is talking about is like, yeah, there's programs developing MMA fighters where, it used to be that you started out as a specialist in one martial art. Like you used to see like a building that said it was an MMA gym, and like you knew that if you signed up there, you're about to get ripped off. Like, they have with like a fast track to black belt program and some bullshit like that.
Well,
Now
I just find it interesting that we're not seeing many young fighters come through. And I know we have one or two, but I just thought there would be a bit of an increase. And I'm not just talking about UFC. I'm talking about any like PFL, Bellator, One FC.
Right. I mean,
all the bigger promotions,
with,
you don't see it. There's not been like any kind of influx, and I thought there would have been. I thought there would have been, but yeah.
I mean,
I found it interesting.
With, what Betty just said about being somebody who's really a specialist, like a specialist who's competed in a specific martial art. I mean, the best fighters have mastered one thing first and have like a base, and usually it's honestly, the majority of the best MMA fighters have a wrestling base or some kind of grappling base. I mean, but
how insane is that fact? If that's a fact, or I'd say it's around that era. What Betty said, Rory McDonald was one of the first MMA fighters to learn MMA as a discipline. His first fight was in 2005, 20 years ago.
Sure. It's crazy when you, but it still wasn't the norm, though, was it?
He was an anomaly, though, at the time. Now,
yeah, I'm just saying how young the sport actually is when you think about it. Like we feel like we've been watching it a lifetime, but we've been watching it not long after it fucking got started, and it's crazy to think that 2005 was around the time the first complete MMA fighters started getting developed.
I think it's a good thing, though. I mean, the great thing about MMA is that you can't have you can only go so far with holes in your game. Like Bo Nickel is the perfect example. Like, thank you, Frankie, for switching the screens. Goddamn it.
Yeah, I could almost see your brain. I think we all needed that.
Dude, that reminds me how much shit I had to take when Macy Chasson lost, because I was saying that Macy Chasson was going to be the next champion after exposing Myra Bruna Silva's brain, and then fucking Kellen Vieira just fraud checks her. But anyway, I think Bo Nickel would be the perfect example. Like, here's a guy talking about how he's how Khamzat Chimaev is gonna be light work for him, because he's a college wrestler, and then the Ritter just takes him to school. Like, I mean, it's like the MMA, just conceptually, MMA is great for that reason. Like, like you can only go so far as coasting on a certain skill set. I mean, people.
I think Rory McDonald, even though Rory McDonald did train, you're right, brutally, it was 20 years ago, but like at the same time, that hasn't really become the norm until about 10 years ago when MMA gyms were opening up more regularly. So
yeah,
I think we won't see it filtering through because I think most people, when they take up a martial art, it's usually their parents getting them into it. And it's like, right, we'll get them into karate or wrestling or like taekwondo. Like Betty's saying, they specialize in something. They're not saying
still to this day, unless you're going to the top gyms in the UK. If you live in like towns like mine, like Stoke, we have a few MMA gyms. We have one, but I don't know if anyone remembers Ross Poynton. Ross Poynton was in the very first Tough. He was from my city, Stoke-on-Trent. Claim to fame. But Ross Poynton's got his gym, but it still isn't what I would call a complete MMA gym. I think they do old school lucha fucking libre or what it's fucking called. And they're doing these disciplines separate. They call it an MMA gym, and they'll train it together, but they do separate classes. Like, they don't have MMA as a class.
Yeah.
Like when they do have an MMA, like so they'll have grappling class, they'll have boxing class, they'll have grappling class, boxing class, and then they'll have an MMA class, MMA class, which is then teaching you a few fucking cage positions. It's not like a complete MMA class. And still, I think a lot of modern gyms, they'll do boxing separate and they'll do all these disciplines separate, but they have a big focus on MMA as a whole, putting it together, clinch work, cage work, there's specific positions that are, key to MMA.
I think I do think like, I mean, there's a little bit of a loss of like, so like Seisan Muay Thai Academy, right, has, it's Muay Thai heavy, but they do have jiu-jitsu, and they have, their head jiu-jitsu coach is like, is very good and everything, but it's like, and you do have, amateur and professional fighters that train there, but it's like they're not training jiu-jitsu there. Like they're going there to hard spar Muay Thai and train striking, and then they're gonna go, wherever else. I mean, a lot of them go to 10th Planet out here for jiu-jitsu, but like, I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's interesting that like, people. One thing too is like the way that, I mean, this is like kind of a weird segue, but I did want to talk about this. The way that a lot of fighters will hop around different gyms, like, and you get guys like John. You think it's a good thing? Well, I think sometimes for example, you get guys like John Kavanaugh, who had like, one success with Conor McGregor, and it's arguable.
No, not one success. He's got Will Fleury, who's a double champion Octagon. He's the light heavy and heavyweight champion.
Will Fleury, definitely, but also, I mean, his
fucking shot that down immediately right in the fucking face.
I know. But ITP made a video that was actually pretty good about Kavanaugh kind of falling off with Gunnar Nelson, with Johnny Walker, and like, I don't know. I think like, a lot of the gyms, like, like Extreme Couture has a weird reputation because it's like it's like, I mean, Strickland is like their mascot basically. But a lot of their fighters just don't like. I mean, you had this shit where Strickland and Chris Curtis rushed the cage after the fucking DX chop from a guy that beat one of their guys. Like,
where does Dakota Dachiva train? Is it top team or?
Why you want to hang out outside until she comes out?
No, for some reason I was thinking, does she fight out of fucking one of the Irish ones, or is she top team, Manchester top team?
I thought she was training. I thought she was training with what do you call it, Leon Edwards' gym at some point. I think she floats around a little bit as well.
Does she?
Yeah. One thing about like, and by the way, like, Brutally, I know you're, when that time you were talking about how Cage Warriors is basically just, you called it like, basically just a feeder promotion for the UFC.
Well, it is. It is.
Right.
It very much
is.
Yeah.
No, and I don't disagree. I think that the PFL is like, I mean, I don't think this isn't exactly like a fucking, like a controversial take, but the PFL is like basically it's like 75% like, discarded fighters from the UFC, but then occasionally somebody like Dacheva will emerge. And I mean, is there any reason why she shouldn't, come to the UFC?
No, but that's always going to happen though. Even if you get an organization that's a bit shitty, you're always going to get the odd person who comes and like shows up. But then the question's always going to remain is like, from what we've seen of Dacheva, like she's probably going to do very, very well when she goes to the UFC, just because of the lack of depth that there is in women's divisions in general.
Yeah. But, I mean, and you say when, right? So like you expect that.
But there is that question mark. There's that question mark still of like, until she does it, people aren't going to be fully convinced.
True. I mean, I like, Do you think that do you think, I mean, the other question obviously is like, you know, do you think, because I mean, I know that you think you already won the bet and you think that John Jones is retired and we're never going to see him
No,
fight
no, no. I
after.
won that bet. I won that bet. I fully won that bet.
It's not
That's
November
over.
yet, Frankie.
It's over.
It's not out of the realm of
I'm
possibility.
glad you brought this up and I didn't have to, because it's
No,
fucking
Frankie,
ridiculous.
you
I mean, the
know,
thing is, yeah, I'm
Frankie,
gonna. I will say this. I
you'll
will.
be collecting if it's
No, I will
November
say
and
this
there's
to you. I will say this. The reason why I get where you're coming from is because if the fight had been announced, and this is why I said to you when we made the bet, the caveat for me was like, all right, the fight's been made, but they have to get in there and fight. Because my part was like, oh, even if it does get announced, I reckon John Jones is gonna pull out because he doesn't want
it's
to
the same
fight. So
caveat for me, though. I
I'm
think
basically offering you the same thing, which is why I haven't been like, bro, where's my
no,
money?
yeah,
Where's my
it's
money? My
yeah,
money.
well, word.
Bro,
It's so for me, what I'm saying though is that like I mean the possibility that Jones actually does fight Aspinall as a contender, you know, in November
there's no
because
chance. There's no chance.
I mean, yeah, no.
There's zero
I know
chance.
you're confident. But
No,
anyway, I was
there's
getting to something else.
there's zero chance. There's zero chance of that happening. If he wouldn't fight him as the champion, he's 100% not going to fight him as a contender. I'm
Yeah,
fucking.
the only way John Jones comes back now is for Alex. That's the fight he wanted. That would be the only way he comes back.
That would be the point at which I would have to just like hop on the bandwagon of absolute 100% fucking fuck John Jones. He's a piece of shit. Which like I'm already 97% there. But like, you know, if he comes out and he fights a dude who's a layup for him because he can't grapple, like, you know, just to have a quote unquote legacy fight, it's like, dude, you're a fucking, so what a cunt. Like, just so he doesn't have to train. Like, you know, it's like, did you get enough not training back when you were railing coke going into the Gustafsson fight, the first Gustafsson fight, and all that shit?
Yeah, but you everyone doesn't look at it from John Jones's perspective, and you've got
and it's not that I'm not doing
everyone
that,
needs to put the fucking all the shit aside and think you're 38 years fucking old, your body's battered. Are you going to want fight Tom fucking Aspinall? No, you're fucking not. Are you going to want fight?
And you've got enough money. It's not like he's broke. It's not like he's broke.
Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, money runs through that motherfucker's fingers, dude. He's got a penthouse full of lady boys and blue-eyed guys like Frankie running around.
Bro, if he's
never
first of
been
all, I've
that
got green
guy.
eyes, but carry on.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think he's desperate for money. But
no, I don't think
my point is right. I think the UFC were too hasty with going, yeah, he's going to fight Tom Aspinall. That's the fight we're making. And I think they should have give John that motherfucker what he wanted, which was Alex. I think we've all missed out on a super fight, all for the sake of Dana White's ego. And
I think they should have stripped him. They should have stripped John Jones.
They give Stipe the fucking fight.
Yeah, Stipe had not earned any kind of like, you know, like I don't think that's anything in Stipe's career earned him that, you know, that fucking, you know, shot at the heavyweight belt, even though it was illusory that he was ever gonna have a chance. But the thing is, it's like you say we missed out on a super fight. That super fight would end half as fast as Gone versus John Jones, bro. Like if you're trying to
but it's
not doesn't
it doesn't make sense for me, right? Why it doesn't make sense is sometimes the UFC's ego cannot ever be put aside. If you think about it from a marketing and business perspective, and don't forget, right, John Jones is the guy that they want to be Muhammad Ali of the sport. In 5 years' time, we're going to see fucking ceremonies every fucking year celebrating John Jones. He's the fucking go-to the sport, right? Why the fuck wouldn't they want their goat of the sport to take out another champion? Why the fuck not? Well, and he's not even a champion anymore, but he'd still get the accolades of beating a champion.
So okay, so then like All right, so then by your logic, though, maybe, right? Because neither Pereira or Jones is champion, maybe they are like laying the framework of that fucking exhibition ass bullshit fight. Like, but my original question point question was do you think Ngannou comes back and fights Aspinall? Like that is
Again, UFC's ego is too fucking big. Dana White's ego, Hunter Campbell's ego.
I see.
It's too fucking big.
So you say that, and yet Jones had to have bent him over a desk to get that. Do you remember that fucking John Jones is the GOAT promo that came out? I'm I'm watching like UFC.
That was to stroke his ego. It was to stroke his ego and to like entice him into coming back.
Be that as it may, I thought I was about to see like a UFC 309 promotion. I'm waiting for the part about Stipe, and it says like, wait, we're still on John Jones. Like, what the fuck is this? And it's like, oh shit,
right.
It's a fucking literal advertisement.
The thing with John Jones, right, is destiny was written pretty much the moment he became champ. Everyone saw how good that motherfucker was. Dana White knows how good that motherfucker was. They knew for a long time that he was going to be their go-to the sport. They fucking knew it from the beginning because no one that young came into the UFC and still hasn't to this fucking day at 23 years fucking old and looked that good in a championship fight. He looked like he's been fighting 40 fucking years, that guy did. Like he looked that fucking good.
And
so
no
they knew
on him. No one's saying John Jones isn't a fucking great fighter because he is. The IQ is amazing. Like the names he's beaten at certain stages of his.
I'm not. By the way, I'm not trying to back John Jones or stand up for him. But yes, like it is. His run at light heavyweight's undeniable. But my point is more about Aspinall.
But there's deniable elements to it.
Dude, Mauricio,
Santos,
the stand,
Dominic Reyes.
First of all, not getting on. Okay, all right, let's
Anthony
go.
Smith.
Really quick.
Go on.
Frankie, you're talking about fights he didn't train for after a weekend of cocaine. Like,
I don't give a fuck.
All right,
that's a character defect. Then that's like if he's too dumb to fucking train properly for a fight, then he's a fucking idiot.
Frankie, Jesus Christ! Like you want
mentality comes into it as well. Being the GOAT, your mind comes into it as well. If you're too stupid,
having your arm? How about the mentality of having your arm almost hyperextended, not tapping to an armbar, and then the next round standing guillotine Mauricio Rua into fucking. Or no, that wasn't Mauricio Rua.
Machida.
No, that was Belfort, I think, actually. The standing guillotine when
Jones let him go. It was Lyoto.
No, that was Lyoto
Machida. I'm sorry, you're right. It's Lyoto Machida. And then Belfort was the armbar, right?
But again, we were talking about a prime John Jones back then. Like, I mean, I guess no one's saying John Jones is a great fighter.
He was still in his prime. If you look at the difference between the Gustafsson fights, like, he was on coke, not training. Gustafsson gave him a huge run for his money in the first fight, and then he trains for the second fight, and it's no contest. Like, I mean, not an actual no contest. It's just fucking domination. I mean, that whole run was, but also like, forget John Jones's fucking legacy. My whole thing is like, Aspinall is now heavyweight champion, right? Who does he fight? I mean, he hasn't fought Cyril Gane. He has fought Volkov.
What Betty's just said is insane, and I forgot that Shogun tapped to strikes, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And that was when Shogun was in his prime, and Shogun was he was a phenomenal fucking striker.
Dude, he took out a whole generation, like the Rampage Jackson submission,
he killed a generation.
That's the thing. We can definitely there are very strong merits to John Jones's career where you say he was phenomenal, but then there are as many asterisks.
Right. That's not my point.
That's the problem.
I mean, I don't know.
What is your point?
My point is, like I said, Aspinall is now the heavyweight champion. Who does he fucking fight? And you keep saying Pereira. But why wouldn't Pereira? By the way, why would Pereira not take the opportunity which the UFC will absolutely give him for an immediate rematch against Ankalaev?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I laid it out last time. The reason why is because he
has a
probably sees
much
that.
better shot.
All right. Well, no,
Yeah, I don't
It's
think he has a better
win-win.
shot either.
it's win.
Yeah, I think
Like
it-
what Brutally said, there, it's win-win. If he wins, he's the first ever free weight world champion. May never get that chance again. If he goes in there with Ankalaev and loses, which could very much happen because Ankalaev kind of showed.
What do you mean it
he
could
is the
happen? It
better
will
fighter.
happen. It happened already. But he has a
So that's
better
my
shot.
point.
For the
against
rematch.
Ankalaev.
For the rematch.
So if you're,
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
saying
know,
it could
I
happen
know.
again. So I'm saying, if
right,
if it's likely to happen again. If Pereira does that, he'll never get that heavyweight title fight. Whereas in his mind, he's thinking, I'm probably going to lose to Ankalaev and I'm probably going to lose to Tom Aspinall.
I
The
don't
way
know,
that he looks at it,
dude.
if I somehow
Dude.
beat Tom Aspinall, I'm a free weight world champion. Whereas if I beat Ankalaev, which again he's probably not certain about, he's just won that belt back.
Okay, you say
It's the
never,
same way.
right? Wait,
It's
hold
the
on.
same
You
as the
say
way
never get that heavyweight title shot,
and then went
right?
straight up.
You say
Same
never
reason.
get that heavyweight title shot. So he lost the middleweight belt back to Adesanya. He had one fight at light heavyweight, which was like people were arguing was a robbery, the Jan fight. And then right away he's getting a title shot against Yuri, which a lot of people
If
felt
he
he
loses
didn't
the
earn.
belt, no, but the thing is, he beat Adesanya first, so he had a win
and
over
then
him.
lost the.
Whereas in Ankalaev,
Yeah, but
if
then-
he loses to him twice, he's never getting a heavyweight title shot. No chance.
Yeah,
Mm.
you'd
It's
have to
no
go
longer
up to
interesting.
heavyweight. You'd have to win one or two, and it just
I mean-
becomes further away. Whereas right
he's not
now,
young.
he can get instant
They-
heavyweight titles fight. Then if
they've
he loses
treated-
that, he could still probably get the fucking rematch with Ankalaev. Like you
They've
fucking knows at
they've
this point.
treated fighters like giving Izzy a title shot after having lost the belt to Strickland, like giving him the title shot against Strikers. Like, I mean, they treat their.
But they're
their
not
fucking-
They're not going hold up the heavyweight division for that. And I can't
The
see
fact
it.
that you can't.
I think that
saying we
Aspinall wants to
understand why
start
you
fighting.
disagree. We understand why you
just think that
disagree, but
Aspinall
you
wants to
saying
start defending the belt.
you saying you don't understand it and it's retarded.
No,
is mad to me.
Frankie, it's not. You keep thinking that I don't understand. I understand, and I just
But
disagree.
you said it was retarded. You said it was retarded.
Well, okay. When I say it's retarded, I mean it's just like I mean, okay, it's like what I disagree with is I disagree with the. Like you're acting. I think you think that Aspinall versus Alex Pereira has like a draw, like some amount of drawing power. That's
It absolutely does.
Bring...
It absolutely does. If you don't see that, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say to you.
I mean, yeah.
All right, wait,
okay.
Stop. Listen for a second. Tom Aspinall was supposed to fight John Jones. That's not happening now. Do you honestly think that anyone else in the heavyweight division is a bigger fight for Tom Aspinall right now than Alex Pereira? Who?
I think
other than Ngannou,
there's a massive argument.
Who?
There's a massive argument to be made for Francis Ngannou if they.
I just said not Ngannou.
In the UFC, fucking Gilly, right now, realistically.
I know that's, but what I was trying to say is that it would make.
Just say fucking. Let's drag Fedor out, Ben.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, dude. I mean, you're halfway to making it a GFL fight anyway if you're doing Pereira.
Name a fighter. Name a fighter.
Name somebody else that brings more money and more eyeballs than Alex Pereira and Tom Aspinall. Please, just name one name.
Just for reference, Gilly, before you make the stupidest fucking thing come out your mouth, right? Alex Pereira has got 7 million followers on Instagram compared to Cyril fucking Gone, who's got just about scraping 1 million. So who's the bigger draw, Gilly? Who's the biggest draw in the heavyweight division over Alex Pereira? Because it's not fucking Gone.
The only reason that I said Cyril Gane, well, there's two reasons. One is that like he's the only one. Aspinall hasn't fought him yet. The other reason is that
nobody gives a fuck.
That was
he's not a draw though.
Wait. One thing. That was Jones's. See, Aspinall does have a bit of like in kind of humble ego himself. Shut the fuck up, Bruder. No, really. Like, so, for example, it's like, okay, so here, psychology of Tom Aspinall, right? Like, I don't think he looked at the Curtis Blades rematch as defending the interim belt and how ridiculous that was. He just wanted that victory back, and he wanted to, and he wanted to beat Curtis Blades. He wanted to beat Curtis Blades in dominant fashion, like he knew he would have. Right.
So he lost him. He has a loss to him on paper. Different situation.
Yeah, no, totally. But follow my logic.
Nobody gives a fuck about Cyril Gane.
Follow my logic, friend.
And then after Gane, who's next after Gane?
Wait. So it took John Jones like 2 minutes and however long to submit Cyril Gane. What if Aspinall goes, all right, let me fight Cyril Gane. Let me do it in half the time Jones did.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't think it's a bigger draw.
Up like that.
Yeah, we're not saying it's flat 0-0. We're not saying it's flat 0-0. We're saying it doesn't compare.
They're not going to sell a fight based on Aspinall wanting to finish fucking Gane quicker than John Jones. They're not going to want mention. They won't want mention.
Him to say this.
Yeah, that's a better one.
That's less dumb than fucking.
Listen, Giuliano. They are not going to want to mention John Jones in any fashion anytime soon.
I don't think that's smart, dude. I think that Aspinall should like imagine a press conference where Aspinall is like, it's like, all right, Tom, like, what do you think about your chances here, Gane? He's like, obviously I'm gonna beat him. The question is, will I do it in half the time John Jones is, or a quarter of the time?
And then the fan base just goes, yeah, well, and
what does the fan base say? I know, but alternatively, if Tom Aspinall,
I think that fight.
If Tom Aspinall doesn't beat him in 2 minutes, you're gonna get dumb fucking fans who are gonna go, see, John Jones did it faster. Like the chances of him. But I don't get what you're saying.
But you're saying that it's like just a fucking.
You want what you're saying is you want market the fight around one word that banking. You're banking on Aspinall coming out and going, I want finish Gane faster than John Jones did,
which he's not going to do.
That's madness.
No, my bottom line is that Aspinall just needs to start fighting now that he's the champion. So Cyril Gane's right there, hasn't had a fight in a while. Make that fight. The Pereira fight, there's all kinds of red tape. You want to do Pereira after Gane? Fine. I'm just saying.
Why would you do it though? It's bad timing. He needs to
defend the fucking belt, dude. Everyone's been thinking about
right. Shut the fuck up, right? I'm going to paint a picture for you, right? The new broadcasting deal is going to go to Netflix. You've got a January pay-per-view. Say it does. Just play along with my little hypothetical for a minute. It goes to Netflix. The first ever Netflix event is going to be on fucking the January or New Year's Day or something mad. The first event, are they going to want Gane versus Aspinall, or are they going to want Gane versus Alex Pereira?
I mean that.
You know the fucking answer because you stole.
Yeah, they would want. Yeah, no, you're not. You're not wrong.
You lying piece of shit. You're lying to yourself, Giuliano. You know it's Alex.
I'm not lying.
You know it's Alex.
I'm agreeing with you.
Good.
But
no buts, no ifs, no buts.
Right, Brody, we broke him. Conversation over.
Hold on. What if they have a co-main event, which is Ankalaev Pereira, and then the main event is Aspinall versus Ngannou, maybe, which Netflix could pull off.
Oh my god.
I'd rather watch that.
Right. If they could pull that off.
If they could pull that off,
yes, obviously, but they're not getting Ngannou back.
He's
contracted. He's fucking contracted.
He's got one more fight with PFL for one.
Yeah, but they could, dude. It's the UFC versus. It's like PFL's fucking people versus UFC's people. They could get Ngannou out of that fight, like if they really wanted to, dude. And Ngannou's a humble guy. He's not, he's not a John Jones, when it comes to his ego. Like honestly,
I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. If you think that's a realistic possibility,
okay, all right. Let's go down this road, right? So he starts his fucking slumps, black up Pereira for his first title defense, which will happen if Pereira, if it is to be Pereira. Then what? Now he
Then
got
he
now
beat,
he's
then
champ.
then whoever he beats up after that is fine, because then you can justify the Garn fight maybe after that. It's fine.
I mean, of
But
course
with the point is, yeah. No, but Giuliano, my point is, yeah, we were supposed to get Aspinall versus Jones, and now we're gonna get Aspinall versus fucking Cyril Gane.
Might
That's a
still
major drop off.
Dude, Aspinall versus dude. First of all, you act like Cyril Gane is like just not shit. I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, it's not that he's not shit, but when you think of stardom and eyes, like people are not going to be tuning into that.
We're both saying, by the way, that Cyril Gane does a much better job against Aspinall than Alex Pereira does. That's not our point.
Yeah, no,
it's not our point at all.
Frankie, I don't. None of your argument.
Another thing, you do realize Jones versus Gane was a terrible sellout. You know, that week Dana White was pimping, saying it was sold out. I bought tickets the week he was saying it was sold out, and I could not sell those fucking tickets. I didn't go. I couldn't end up getting flights over. So I tried to sell those tickets, and I couldn't sell those fucking tickets because it wasn't sold out, despite Dana White saying the venue was sold out. And up until the last fucking second, it was not sold out.
Okay, so the highest pay-per-view numbers were back in 2016. I think the top three, the record for UFC pay-per-view was they were all McGregor headline fights back then. No, he's never gonna. Talking about pay-per-view numbers is annoying as fuck because way more people stream.
Nobody gives a fuck anymore about that anymore.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck.
It's an irrelevant thing to say.
Out the shit, and he definitely inflates it. But regardless, like, I mean, Madison Square Garden only seats so many people, brutally. Like, I mean, you know, so
yeah, but I went on the seat planning. You can see loads of seats right up until it says thingy. But my point is, if Jones versus Gane isn't the biggest draw, Aspinall Gane is not the biggest draw.
Well, it was. I mean, you know, I bet that Jones Stipe sold better, but
no.
I mean, you know,
let me say it. Here's the thing, when John Jones finally fucked off, most of us were like, hooray, he's gone. And then we were like, oh, but there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And that was the realization.
Might be back. You know, it's not November
it's
yet.
Like, he's not coming back. If you keep saying that, I'm going to have to ask that you get yourself checked in somewhere.
No, dude, Frankie,
listen, bro. He's out of the testing pool now. This has been said. You're ignoring this already. He's out of the testing pool. He's been pulled out of it.
Yeah.
You need to be in it for 6 months. It's over.
It's more than likely that, like, I mean, it's like, yes, you won the bet. The bigger picture is that Jones is gone for good in terms of, you know, the Aspinall fight. Or
I mean, I didn't really care. I didn't really care about it. That the only reason I wanted to see it is because I firmly believed in my heart that John Jones was going to get his what he deserves, and that's the only thing that I'm sad about, because we're never going to get this. What we are going to see, we're going to see John Jones in jail. We'll see John Jones in jail.
Yeah, a little bit.
We'll see John Jones in jail, so he'll get that. But like, we won't get to see him. And I think this has been said by a few commentators along the way.
I mean,
he knows it as well. John Jones doesn't want his lasting thing to be seen with him fucking ironed out in a UFC cage. That means more. And I said that from the beginning. I said that means more to him than any money.
Dude,
you saying about the money thing is where I knew you'd lost it.
When he gets busted for whatever the fuck it's gonna be, and he's out on probation, and he needs money, and he's in a Mike Tyson, you know, mid-90s situation, you don't think he's gonna be like, it's like, yeah, I'll take this fucking fight. He's gonna have
do I think there's a possibility? Do I think there's a possibility he could come back in a year and a half and say, oh, I've got the fire back in me? It could happen. I knew he's never gonna fight Tom Aspinall, though.
Yeah, when in fact the only real fire is legal fees under his ass, like, for whatever fucking crime he's committed.
I think you're underestimating how much money John Jones has.
Dude, I think
that's another problem.
I mean, that's not my point. My point is that, like, I don't think.
And don't forget all those endorsement deals that he's just signed as well, off the back of retiring.
Well, yeah, but he's not doing a DC. He doesn't have a seat doing commentary for the UFC, bro. That's
bro. He's at least 30. He's at least 30 million up. If you don't realize that, I don't know.
No, of course. Frankie,
he's been in. And he doesn't spend money like you're suggesting. You're acting like hookers and cocaine are a premium situation right now. They're not.
Well,
At 30
regardless,
million,
well,
you
okay,
can
what
douse
about this,
yourself in
though?
hookers and cocaine for the rest of your. You can buy hookers on cocaine off the fucking
It's
interest.
not hookers and cocaine. In reality, it's
What does he
shitty
buy then?
investments. He's got bad. He has bad financial
But where are you
advisors.
getting this from? Where are you getting this from?
Yeah. Okay. So a while ago,
Giuliano knows a guy who knows a guy who knows.
No.
Did you?
This is a public domain
Is this the
shit.
guy? Is this the guy who you got the McLaren off? Yeah.
That guy's in real trouble.
You
John
just
Jones-
got
John Jones
1080.
hitting up.
Shut the fuck up. 1080
Jones
by
hitting up
Frankie.
Giuliano. It was
That
like,
guy's in the kind of
mate.
trouble that Jones would be in. That guy was getting divorced and indicted and selling off assets, which is not a position that Jones might not find himself in, to be honest. Like,
I don't know what you're basing
when his wife finally has enough.
Oh, sorry. To get back to what I was saying. Yeah.
Anyway,
where is this John Jones losing?
What about this? What if Jones wants the Pereira fight and campaigns for it?
He's gonna look
now,
like a
now
fucking.
you got a bidding war on Pereira. Like, you know.
No, it's too late for that now.
You think so?
Here's what happened. Yeah. John Jones told the UFC from the beginning, I want Pereira or I'm leaving. He said it like a year ago. The UFC were like, we could give him Pereira if. So UFC were thinking we could give him Pereira if Pereira beats Ankalaev. He didn't.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, that fight's not viable anymore. So it's Tom or nothing. And then they've offered him a certain amount of money or whatever. And John Jones hasn't said anything. And they're thinking, well, we've probably got him.
He didn't retire after the Stipe fight, which means
because he fought. John Jones retired. John Jones retired the second Alex Pereira lost to Ankalaev.
Yeah, you were. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, he did.
So let's leave John Jones for 1 second. I know that's hard, but fuck you. But
what, you're hard for John Jones? That's weird. A weird thing to say that is, Gilly. You're hard for John Jones.
But no, but before we move on from John Jones, I do want you at some point, not today, not today, but I do at some point want you to, because you brought this up multiple times. Yeah, I want this proof that John Jones has been very financially irresponsible.
I don't. So it's not. People are acting like I'm saying like I have some inside financial knowledge, but
you talk about it like it's a fact.
I'm going off of is. Okay, you see people like DC. You see people.
Is it
like
your gaydar? Is your gaydar going off?
I mean, brutally, weren't you the one that said like your gaydar was fine tuned one time? But I think Good Noodle was on panel, and you were like your gaydar was buzzing so loud you couldn't even hear yourself.
Remember that?
No, you're just fabricating lies, you piece of shit.
Lies. There's video. You made a video with a unicorn.
He's gonna spend all night digging through the live streams now, looking for that. You're gonna get a short in the morning.
Prove it so it didn't happen. Prove it so it didn't happen. You full of shit. It didn't happen. There you go.
I tried to promote my good friend Brutally Honest with his new video, and it was all about I had a cameo in it because you fucking clipped me saying "oh brutally." So,
yeah, that was good.
All right. So look. So what about at light heavyweight, right? Like, so you're Frankie. You think that Pereira versus Ankalaev 2 doesn't happen?
If you're fishing for a new bet now, then I'm not going to do it.
I'm not fishing for a new bet. I'm asking your opinion. What do you think that Pereira doesn't?
Well, I think it doesn't happen. I think right now I'm leaning more. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm leaning more.
What's Ankalaev's first title defense? Is my question.
Carlos Ulberg.
Carlos Ulberg?
Yes.
After
is that retarded too?
People are hating on him. 2 fights in a row.
He just beat Jan Blachowicz.
He did beat Jan. There's people. I mean,
it's not like if Ulberg gets the fight, is everyone going to be like, oh holy fuck, how did this happen? What are we doing? Not enough.
No, but I think that I don't think. I mean, it may probably Yuri before Ulberg, right?
And will they give Yuri another title shot?
Oh yeah, they would.
I love Yuri. I
love Yuri, but
I would rather Yuri got it because I think Ulberg is not that good. But again,
Frankie, how about an eliminator? Yuri versus Ulberg. for it.
I like that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I like that. Well, in the meantime, you do Pereira
But you
versus
can put
Ankalaev.
no. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but you have to remember as well. Ankalaev has come out and said that Alex Pereira is pushing the fight back.
And I
Alex
mean,
Pereira is
but
posting
Ankalaev's been
Instagram. Alex Pereira is posting Instagram footage of him at 240 pounds.
well, yeah, but that's
John
dude,
Jones, Tom Aspinall has not got a fight signed yet.
right. But listen,
I feel like
Frankie, hold on,
putting all the pieces
right,
together.
let's just 1 second. Like, let's be like fair to fucking certain fighters. Ankalaev fought like it was a bullshit draw. Ankalaev should have won against Jan.
When did Alex?
I disagree. Continue though.
Okay, maybe fine. Even if you disagree with that, dude, Ankalaev was the rightful contender for a title shot after that, and got passed, stepped over. Right now, granted, the UFC
he got the shot.
Pereira.
No, he did. No, he did. But let's not forget as well, yeah, that he only fought once or twice. What it was in 2 years, and one of them was a fight where he should have got a DQ. He should have been disqualified in that first Johnny Walker fight.
Nah,
he fucking should have.
Bro, that's like saying that fucking Paul Craig should have that Bellato should have gotten a DQ victory over Craig. Like, I mean, then you're talking about the no contest when the first Walker Ankalaev fight. You think that Ankalaev
should have been a DQ?
Bullshit. Johnny Walker was fine, and the stupid doctor like lost shit in the translation. But anyway, whatever. They redid the fight. Like, obviously Ankalaev won. And then he'd had enough. He's like, I fucking like, what do I have to do for the title shot that I've rightfully earned? Like, and finally,
I think the problem that I've got with your take here, is like, I get where you're coming from in terms of a purist perspective, but I feel like you've completely forgotten what the UFC has been operating like.
No, I'm not. The economics and the bureaucracy does not escape.
That's the problem.
What I'm saying
is the reason why I'm going hard on this one is because you called me retarded.
When did I call you retarded?
I just cannot have that.
I never called you retarded.
Brutally, you remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
When I suggested Alex Pereira, you were like, "Duh, that's retarded."
No, I said that is retarded. I didn't say Frankfurtshire. You yourself are mentally handicapped. I did not say that. You're obviously a highly intelligent man. You got both arms sleeves with tattoos. You're a Chad that makes his way around the world. Like a fucking modern day.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted out of this. That's all I wanted. Thank you.
Of course.
All is forgiven.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, usually have to glaze Frankie behind the scenes, but like, you needed it publicly today.
No, in all seriousness,
John Jones to my Dana right now.
Oh, now we're back. We're back.
Yeah, now we're back to Joe. Yeah, all right. Off John Jones. Ankalaev's first title defense. You think Carlos Ulberg? Like, I don't see.
No, I think Ankalaev destroys him. But again, he's.
No. I'm saying, like, just who's it gonna be though?
What do you mean? The next for Ankalaev?
Yeah. He's
Carlos
just won the belt.
Carlos
you really
Ulberg.
think so?
Yes.
And
yes.
I mean,
I think that no. And bear in mind, I'm just looking at what. Here's all we can do. Yeah, as MMA fans, we look at the evidence that's there. We've seen Alex Pereira post stories about him being at 245 for some reason. We've got Ankalaev saying Pereira's not agreeing to sign the fight. He's pushing it back. We've got Tom Aspinall, who now doesn't have an opponent.
Saying that the entire year.
No, I'm not saying that means it's going to happen, but I'm saying these are the things we've got that would suggest that maybe there's more going on here.
Right. I mean, what I was saying before about Ankalaev waiting literal years for his rightful title shot is that throughout all of last year, Ankalaev was saying that Pereira was ducking him, which may or may not have been partially true, but also the UFC was giving Pereira the call up to save card after card. Dude, Trevin Giles, listen, Trevin Giles, the day that Trevin Giles makes it past the first round, against anybody. I'm sorry, whoever Trevin Giles is in chat, I'm acting.
This could be the real Trevin Giles. I mean, we're huge around here now. We've got 25 real humans in here right now.
I hope it is. Yo, Trevin Giles.
Wait, I think we've reached Trevin Giles level.
With what?
Sorry, carry on.
No, really though. Like, I mean, so you have the light heavyweight division where Pereira was a dominant champion. who lost the belt. Dominant champions have a history of getting immediate rematches, from Kamaru Usman to even fucking O'Malley. And you know, and you know, who was hardly a dominant champion. You got to lay up first title shot. You know, so and Pereira has massive amounts of fans, like way more so than O'Malley ever fucking did, which is the only, you know, like O'Malley had his 15 minutes of fame. Like, you know, I mean, do you not think that like the
I'm liking the
UFC,
new O'Malley, by the way. I'm liking the more humble O'Malley, the more like,
the
oh, I'm glad
humble
I didn't call out
submit,
Ilia. I'm glad Ilia didn't
this,
accept that fight. Fucking
yeah,
hell, I
yeah,
like this
yeah,
guy.
yeah. Well, yeah, of course he is. He just
He's
got
accepted his
subbed by
place.
Merab. I mean, dude, like, be an interesting like an interesting fight that I always thought would be Merab and Ilia at 145, but that'll probably never
Ilia
happen.
kills him. Ilia kills him.
No.
He
No,
does. He fucking kills him.
He kills him. He murders him. This is not even. This is not.
No.
I love Merab. I love Merab.
Dude,
By the way,
Merab
yeah,
is-
just while we're on the while you brought up Merab, Merab came out recently, and this is another thing I love about Merab. They asked him who the top 4 pound for pound fighters are right now, and he said it was Ilia Topuria first. I know he's a fellow Georgian. He said it was
Yeah, they are both Georgian.
Makhachev. He said it was Makhachev second. He said it was Pantoja third, and he put himself fourth. What order? But what order do you have them in?
I think. Well, I mean, dude. Of course, Merab has a. Dude, Anakin keeps messaging me about Gene Silva versus Ilia. Anakin, we get it, but anyway, sorry. The order
I hope
that
Gene Silva does get there. I love the Gene Silva one, but carry on.
But yeah, no, yeah, me too. Anyway, the order that I have it in is, first of all, the pound for pound rankings are a fucking circle jerk of bullshit. I think the pound for pound rankings are stupid as hell. But I would put right now, like I would hold off on it until Islam fights JDM, first of all, because that's, you know,
right now how it stands, because it's always going to be changing, isn't it? So it's always going to be changing, but right now, as it stands,
after Islam JDM, because I'm
no, we're talking about where it stands now.
Yeah, which is in like a purgatory place, because it's like, you know, Islam will beat JDM. How he beats him, you know, is going to be the question, and after that, it's going to be either Islam or Ilia. Like right now, it's Ilia because he just fucking, you know, because he just did.
Yeah, what's your top 5? What's your top 5? So Ilia, who's number 2?
It would be all right, in no particular order, by the way. I'm gonna say
no. Okay, we got it.
Ilia, Merab, Islam. Honestly, does Pantoja belong there? I think.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
I said in no particular order, because you asked for my top 5, right? Ilia, Merab, Islam. I have
got
to
Islam
put
third.
Aspinall there. No, I said in no particular goddamn order. Like,
and what's the fucking point?
Because okay, all right, fuck it.
Fuck's
sake. Okay, number 1, Merab.
Just play the game. Right? Just play the fucking game.
Right, I'll play the fucking game.
Stop making your own fucking rules up, you rebellious little cunt.
Number 1, Merab. Okay, number 2, Ilia, because Islam has yet to fight JDM. Number 3, Islam. All right. 4, it's like, do I put Aspinall before Pantoja? Yes. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll say 4 Aspinall, 5 Pantoja.
So in one sentence, Giuliano, define pound for pound for you.
Yeah,
in one sentence. Sentence, define.
I like that.
Because pound for pound means different for everyone.
You're aware of the punctuation mark that is the comma, right? Because you're asking for one
fuck
sentence.
off. Make it brief, Giuliano. Make it brief.
He's gonna have about 60 words.
He's gonna have a seizure. Oh, a tweet. 60 words limits for me.
Yeah, semicolons, Oxford commas, dashes, hyphens. Yeah, but no, okay. What define pound for pound is what you're asking?
Just for you personally.
For you, yeah. What's your take?
I would say someone who has demonstrated the ability to, you know, like essentially dynamically distinguish themselves from the entire rest of the division that they're fighting in, without necessarily having to cross divisions to prove anything, but with the ability to. So like at one point, you know, Volkanovski was up there, given the huge run for his money that he gave Islam, and then went back down and beat Yair and defended his own belt. I think the reason that I don't think Merab or Pantoja should move around divisions. I think they should hold down flyweight and bantamweight respectively, and just
okay. I'm glad you defined it, because I would have argued with you, but because you said very specifically, I don't think in my pound for pound a fighter needs to prove in another division. That was very key. So I can accept your pound for what it is. In my pound for pound, I value a fighter proving that they fought across multiple divisions.
I value that. Like I said, with Volkanovski, the first is
that's where pound for pound should. That's where it all originated from.
For me,
well, actually, it originated the expression "pound for pound"
boxing,
originated with Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah,
it was in boxing. For exactly that reason. Go on.
I hold that weight so highly. If you've done that I would put anyone who's a current champ and they've fought in multiple divisions above anyone who hasn't, who's a current champ. So Ilia goes top for me because he's proven the fact that he can fight and his skill set translates across multiple divisions. Speaking with Frankie earlier, the fact that he's got natural power. What the fuck are you doing? The fact that he's got natural power means that he could hang. For me, I believe he could hang at the heavier weights, and he's proven himself at the lower weights, and that's something rare for people in the lower weights that have natural raw power.
Like I just said though, Volkanovski. I mean, he gave Islam a huge run for his money, then came back down, dominantly beat Yair Rodriguez, holding down his featherweight championship. I mean, he fucked himself taking the second Islam fight, but regardless, until then, he probably would have been pound for pound number one.
Second, I'd put Volk. Then third, I'd put Pantoja. Fourth, Merab, and fifth, I'm going to put it there just to piss everyone off. Conor McGregor.
We're talking about active, are we not? Yeah, Conor McGregor, bro.
He's in the testing pool, son. He's in the testing pool.
Is he in the testing pool?
He's in the testing pool,
bro. Brutally, I will get you front row seats to see Conor McGregor fight in the UFC if it ever happens. Like you and your girl, bro.
Somebody clip that.
I know. Yeah, someone fucking clip that, please.
But seriously, I will. I had a bet with King Turkey. I was cocky as shit, and I lost. So I had to give that motherfucker.
Yeah, that was. Did you pay that? Yeah.
Yeah, of course I paid him $3,500. And you know why I'm
What for? What for?
I had a bet.
He did a straight up bet on Buckley versus. You should have listened to me, bro.
Oh, Buckley versus Usman. He was all in on fucking Buckley, wasn't he? He was all in. Buckley's the next fucking Conor McGregor.
And this is the thing, and I'm going to tell you, he pressed King Tersey hard.
Yes, you did. You said he was a superstar.
I said Buckley, only because of his antics, bro. Like, and I mean, he is a great fighter. I mean, but he fucking. You
do realize how much a front row seat at a McGregor fight would be?
Brutally,
that's gonna be.
I'm so confident
for you and your missus. For you and your missus, sir. Let's not forget that.
It's gonna be a romantic weekend, Gilly.
I did say we're not talking about some bare knuckle exposition, or we're talking about a UFC fight. If there is a Conor McGregor UFC fight,
we're talking 150 grand easy.
Sound like McLaren, bitch.
Yeah, I already did sell it, by the way, but I'll fucking. I will.
You better save your money.
Brutally, I will. It would make me happy, dude. I want it to happen. I want you and the nurse.
It won't happen. It won't happen. But
I know. That's
if it fucking does, Giuliano,
if it does, I'll fucking. I got you.
I'll let you off that mustache bet as well.
I mean, yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, because that's the only bet I haven't paid. Anyone else on YouTube saying I don't pay my bets.
Why won't you just grow the stash? By the way, why can't we just get this done?
Because you don't.
No.
I understand. It's his ego.
I mean, you throw the word ego around. It's like, I mean, yeah.
Don't throw it around.
The first time you said it,
I'm really not the most vain person. Like, I'm standing here unshaven, smoking a cigarette and shit. But like, for fuck's sake, bro. Like, that's it. It's like as soon as the terms became, I have to have it fully grown, and then the clock starts. I was like, fuck me, I can't do this. Like, even my
What?
you know, it's like maybe it's like, okay, if we start the 30-day clock like right now, and I was like, maybe I could suffer through that. But it's like you wanted the fucking full Wario mustache grown in, and then the 30 days
It's
started.
such a small thing. It's
I
such
did.
a small.
On a
No,
side note,
the reason why we
Frankie,
did that though is
Frankie, you do it with
no.
me. You do
The
it with me.
reason the reason I can't grow a mustache. The reason why we did
Why, you
this
had
yeah, is
laser hair
because-
removal or what?
No, just puberty isn't quite strong. I'm waiting for when the bollock drops, we can make the bet. We'll do it that way. I'm still waiting. For
What a
puberty.
cop out.
No. The reason why the bet was changed to you doing the 30 days is because you didn't grow the mustache. We were meeting that girl.
No, it was always
Done it
30
there
days.
and then. It would have
It was
been
always
30
30.
days from when you but it would have been 30 days from when you started growing it. But the reason why it
when I
changed,
started.
we were like,
no.
we'll do
It was always. I
Was it?
stipulated that right at, when I placed
you wanted
the
the
bet.
30 solid days.
I said it starts
sick
when
fuck
the
over here.
tash is grown out. I
didn't
said
you agree-
when it's grown out.
But he agreed to that beforehand, right?
He did, yeah.
I did. That's why I was like, please
bad
double
luck.
or nothing next quiz. Like, I
I
was
just think
begging
it's
for a
brilliant that
double.
you'll part with $3,500 before you'll grow a
Because-
stash.
Yeah, that was mad. I'd go a fucking tash 10 times over.
Bro, yeah. But this is the thing about that, Frankie. Like, in all seriousness, there's a credibility thing when you have like an actual real money bet, like, you know. And so, like, you know, like,
Yeah,
No,
I get what you mean. That what
No, I
the
get
bet we
what
had.
you're saying, but a bet's
is
a
a-
bet. Like it's like
yeah, but
I don't
like,
know,
dude,
I
come on,
guess I
some
bet.
wacky YouTube bullshit that I then have to go around in my actual life, you know, and then try to explain to
Well,
people.
I guarantee you, Dougie had to wolf down fucking 12 hot dogs live on stream the other day. I guarantee you, Musical's gonna do the same with the onions, and that ain't gonna be a fun time. It's just
what's this onion
not
thing?
shaving.
What's the onion thing?
He's got to eat I think he's got to eat a certain amount of raw onions.
Dude, I'll eat every fucking onion in the grocery store. I smack, dude. For
I thought you were going to say something else then, Gilly. I thought you were going to say I'll eat every cock. I'll eat every cock in the block.
Nah, dude, that's fucking that's
On a
that's
side
good
note,
noodle. That's good noodle
Yeah.
the night before 317. It's like if Oliveira wins, I'll fucking blow every fucking Brazilian in the building.
On a side note, that fight that you just had up on screen, Topuria versus McGregor.
Yes, 2026. That would be something.
Dude, Topuria versus
Imagine if you
McGregor
got-
would be
imagine if you
over
got that
faster than
brutally.
McGregor.
I know,
We're talking-
fucking hell, man.
We're talking Gilly Giuliano finish, mate. That's gonna be 500 bags of fucking. We'll see if you do that
But
shit.
dude, it's like honestly, like not only will I like if McGregor fights in the UFC again, right? Not only am I dead serious about that, brutally, but I want it to happen. Like I want to do that for you. It was like the childlike joy that you would feel. Like,
I know. I'd be a little
I
kid.
be able to give that to you. It's like, I mean, if I had the kind of money to sway McGregor into doing it, I'd probably do that. But like,
just give him some coke.
I mean, I could do that, but he's probably doing fine on coke. What he's not doing
Yeah,
fine
coke
on
is.
is fighting ability or just motivations of fighting the UFC anymore. But
I don't know. That
yeah.
could entice him back though, couldn't it?
We've
Dude,
got
he
more.
ruined-
I
he
tell you this
ruined
though,
Chandler's,
we've got more chance. We've got more chance of seeing fucking Conor McGregor back before we see fucking John Jones. I tell you that.
I
now.
knew you were gonna say that, you son of a bitch, and no, that's not true at all. Dude, dude, I need to have Aisha run like some AI like percentage shit on that. But anyway, actually, no, I don't. What I need is to hear like how you think that they're gonna sway Pereira into the Aspinall fight over
There's
an
no
immediate
swaying
rematch.
needed. There's no swaying necessary.
Bro, it's his division is 205, dude. He on short notice he saved.
He weighs
3
245.
hard last year.
He weighs 245 pounds right
What do
now.
you think Jan Blachowicz walks around at? What do you think? So many.
Why do you think he's showing that? Why do you think he's showing that? Like literally, I think it was right around when Jones retired. I think that's very interesting. And also, again, look at Ankalaev's
If he walks around at
Instagram.
240,
He
dude,
said
like
Ankalaev has said, if it was just that by itself, I'd be like, oh, he's just showing he's
dude, Ankalaev's been saying that up to when they
Ankalaev
finally
said
fought.
again recently that he wouldn't he's not accepting the fight. He's trying to push
Dude,
it back.
yeah, and Ankalaev
So-
has had to resort to that. He had to resort to bullying Pereira to get his title shot that he rightfully owned or rightfully deserved for so long. Again, you know, by just being like, look at this bitch Pereira ducking me to fighting number 8 Khalil and all that, you know. And it's like I get why, you know, like, you know, the UFC needed him once again to fucking.
That comment.
I love that Betty misspelled imagine. Betty was so quick.
He didn't misspell. He just mistyped. He doesn't think
Wait,
imagine
it's the
is
same.
spelled
Yeah, but he was.
Kenny.
Yeah, because I know Betty was so he thought of that and like he tripped over his shoelaces getting to his keyboard. But fucking wait, Wonka Live is losing to Peloton. Wait, Noodle. Wait, Noodle? You remember when
He sees a betting opportunity here.
No, I had a bet with Noodle, and he was forced to live stream for hours, and then he fucking he showed. This is right after I got psyoped for showing my gun. Like it happened to Ronan too, like showing your gun on screen, like where they just cut you off and don't tell you how long you can stream for. Like Noodle did the exact same thing, knowing it would happen because he owed me a certain amount of hours of vertical streaming for losing our bet on Ankalaev Pereira.
Is this a private stream that you have with Good Noodle? Is it?
No.
Is it called OnlyFans? Is it OnlyFans live stream?
How do you? Did you have an OnlyFans?
Just because I'm asking. I'm curious because you just said he owed you a certain amount of hours on live stream. Is this a private thing that you have with Good Noodle?
It was like the bet I had with Dougie, where on Moreno Urseg, where Dougie lost. So like if I lost, it would have been like $300 whatever to him. If he lost, he had to make a 3.5 hour video chronicling his like
just for you, 3.5 hour video just for you. Wow, fucking hell, you dirty bastard.
I mean, no, it's for his channel, dude. That's the thing. It's like,
so you're not requesting private.
Dougie's definitely one who never say Dougie's never fulfilled a bet.
Dude, yeah, and well, the first bet Dougie and I had was $312, and I paid him the $312 I owed because I lost that. The second bet we had, he lost. He made his fucking 3.5 hour video, which
I think he won that one.
As fuck.
To be honest,
what?
I think he won that exchange.
Which one?
Because he streams anyway. So that's fine.
No, he made it. Yeah, but he had to do a produced 3.5 hour video.
I saw the whole thing.
He wins in the end anyway because it's content for his channel. That's my whole. See, Frankie, yeah. I am a philanthropist.
I know you're a generous guy. You're the fucking man of the year.
I mean, I'm being a dick about it, but no, really, it's like if I don't bet. Most people, it's like if they lose, they have to just make their own content. It's like I'm trying to help people promote their channels and shit. If I have to win a bet with them to do it, sometimes just fucking Noodle.
It was a nice bet to do. It was a nice bet to do, and I'm sure it was torture for him as well because that was rough.
Oh, what the Dougie one?
Yeah, that was a rough one to do.
Yeah, but he had won to be fair, he bent me over the desk on Strickland Duplessis too.
How many hot dogs did he after it?
12.
That had nothing. That's
12 with bun.
Cheddarhead is a weird motherfucker, dude.
Oh.
Cheddarhead wants.
Yeah.
That's dry, isn't it? That's dry as fuck.
It's the kind of thing you think you can do it until you see them in front of you, and then you're like, shit. Because when he pulled them up to the camera, it wasn't like some little. He didn't try to shirk out and have some little fucking mini ones either. He had proper.
Also, he's used to eating beyond grass fed. He's used to eating gamey fucking kangaroo meat, and now he
hot dogs of all that fucking bread. It's the bread that fucks you. If he was just putting down 12,
well, it's Australian bread. It's not American bread. Which is
basically right. American bread isn't even fucking bread. Do you realize that?
Cake. Yeah, it's cake.
It's fucking shit.
It's literally.
It's not even legal. American bread isn't even legal in Europe.
American bread is more dangerous than cocaine.
It's full. It's the folic acid mainly, and then there's a bunch of other fucked up shit that they do to it.
Please explain to me, right? When I go into Starbucks in America, why the fuck have they got cancer warnings all over the fucking walls?
That's because of red. I think it's red 4 and some other chemicals that are in some of their some of those tardy pastries and shit. that they have?
No, for the drinks, it says.
I mean, which drinks, dude? I do.
I don't know. It just says fucking. It gives you like all these cancer warnings. May die young of cancer if you ingest our drinks or some bollocks on the.
Apparently,
On the
it's the cups. Apparently, it's the cups because when
yeah,
things don't disintegrate, they get bits of.
Just don't leave it in your car in the heat, and then sip like a soupy Starbucks drink.
This paper's supposed to, eventually disintegrate, whereas Starbucks cups don't. So they've got something that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, brutally. They're advertising that their cups don't disintegrate and get carcinogens in the drink.
I think it's that.
I think
it might be. Yeah, it might be.
I saw like a lawsuit about that or
you know where you see the most like cancery fucking shit is on the commercials when they cut the commercial during any UFC event. Like they have so many commercials for like psoriasis medication and fucking.
This is the thing I don't understand about American.
It's in the coffee itself. It's acrylamide. It's only in California. In California Starbucks, they have to put this cancer warning up because they have
crazy. I guarantee you, it hasn't slowed sales down either.
Oh God, no! I still had a Starbucks.
I mean, yeah.
It's like when you go. You've never been to the UK, Gilly, but if you buy a pack of cigarettes in the UK. If you buy a pack of cigarettes, it's got someone's throat like open.
Oh no, really? I haven't been to the UK, but I've spent a lot of time in Italy and Europe, dude. It's the same thing. They show people, they show the fingers that are
tumors coming out to the fucking side of the neck.
I know, and it's just like it's bro, just give me the fucking pack. It's like fuck off. Like, but yeah, there's that shit, and then also
20 tumors, please.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about cancer though is it is almost entirely genetic. Your proclivity for cancer. Like my grandfather smoked more than I did, and died in '97 with no cancer. But I mean, not that I shouldn't quit smoking 2-3 years down the road.
I mean, I agree with the genetics thing slightly, but
you can definitely do things to accelerate it.
Everything increases, doesn't it? Like
if you have the genetic proclivity, that's not to say. I mean. If I never exercised, like I'd be at risk even if I wasn't a cancer risk. There's emphysema, there's COPD, shit like that. But you can combat it with enough cardiovascular exercise. For a few more years, I'll quit.
Oh, Gilly's fucked then, isn't he? I haven't seen him do cardio in fucking ever.
You haven't seen. I mean, do you want me to send you a private video? Really?
Oh my God.
No, please keep your private videos to you and Good Noodle. I don't need to be involved in this weird little.
You just asked for a link to Good Noodle's OnlyFans, bro.
No, I said, are you forcing Good Noodles to make OnlyFans videos for you? That's what I said. And then you try and twist it.
By the way, just the phenomenon of that, like the product of your bizarre imagination, which we've all had a glimpse.
No, it's the weirding. It's how you weird things. It's how you weird things,
bro. Dude, okay, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and you had so many stock pictures of trans and gay people for that video that you made. Like, you just whipped that shit up.
Stock.
Like literally, it's like you went into the room that the nurse isn't allowed to go in and came out with a hard drive and just threw that video together like nothing.
Have you never seen I'll See Signs? That's where they're all from. You want Google a guy called I'll See Signs.
Was that a Starbucks coffee cup? You've got the cigarette and the man. Fuck it, you're really going for it, bro.
Yeah, bro, I'm really going for it. I'm really going for it, dude. I'm the one who just got back from Thailand, bro. Look at it. Fucking moral high ground. Speaking of that, Frankie, dude, Tijuana, please.
That's looking like October. I've got my stuff set. I'm going to Spain in a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to Vietnam.
Isn't Morocco with the family? And
no, we changed up the Morocco thing. Apparently, it's a shithole, dirt hole. It's too. Apparently, the only
I hear Marrakesh is really cool.
Yeah, I've heard Marrakesh is all right.
Marrakesh is,
the thing is, this is not my opinion. It's the general consensus of my family that they're like the only thing apparently that's worth. Because apparently there's like when I sat them down, I was like, all right, so why are we going here? They're there's a really nice hotel there, and I'm like, you want me to spend $2,500 on plane tickets so we can go to a fucking nice hotel?
Word, yeah.
Where are
And
we
then
really going?
Yeah.
And then okay, then
What
Spain.
scene did you want to recreate from what romantic film? Is it Casablanca? Probably.
I mean,
But you said Vietnam too, right?
Vietnam,
I've actually been to Vietnam. I haven't been anywhere else.
yeah, Vietnam. I haven't. Vietnam's on the list. I haven't been to it, so I'm like,
I thought you said you were
there.
Oh.
I've been to
You said you
Korea.
were-
I've been to
Yeah.
I've been everywhere. I've been almost everywhere in Asia. I've been to Taiwan. I've been to obviously Japan, China. I'm not going to go to Thailand, Philippines. Obviously, I've been loads, but Vietnam's not been on there. So
have you been to Laos? Is there anything
No.
to do in Laos?
I haven't been to. The thing is, yeah, I've had so many opportunities to go to Laos, and I haven't done it. Considering how close it is to Thailand, I could have like.
Yeah, but there's not really any reason to go, right?
It's basically, I'd like to think of it as like Temu, Thailand, probably like extreme. Temu, Thailand.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in Thailand. Why am I going to go to Temu, Thailand? Do you know what I mean? It seems
that would be kind of risky, I'd imagine as well.
Well, Thailand's bro, brutally. I'm telling you, when you get, I know your nurse is not gonna love it, but one day, I say this to everyone. Anyone who comes with me to Thailand is gonna have a good time.
I want to go. I think that all the lads should go to Thailand.
It's the best place in the universe. Fuck the world. It's the best place in the universe.
Dude, Frankie,
hands down.
That's a big statement, that is. But I think all the boys, we should plan a boys trip and we should all go Thailand.
Yeah, dude. I like Frank. You did that one live stream from the club. I was like, fuck it. Like I was looking at tickets. Like I was this close to
Manila is like it's not quite a Temu Thailand, but it's like it's not far off. It's like it's not.
I hear Manila is actually pretty.
I would suggest that like Manila is like, but Manila's like the Bud Light to Thailand's Bud. That's probably how I would.
All right, but
if you're not used to it, if you're not used to levels there, go to Manila first. Manila's like a gateway to fucked up Asian adventures.
Gateway, dude, I just jump right in. But yo, it's but Tijuana though, Frankie. Like
Tijuana's up there. Tijuana's gonna happen this year. It's gonna be in October. I couldn't fit it in this summer because I just didn't have the space for it. But
all right, bro, if we go to Tijuana, brutally honest, you're coming. You can really
like brutally. You need to come
to, but just like get a hotel. Like she'll
Cock is the one. It's just the one. There's no Cuba's up there on the list for me as well. I have to say because the reason why Cuba's interesting to me is like it just feels like a completely different place to be than anywhere else.
Dude, my cousin moved to Cuba when they I mean he's an Italian citizen, so the embargo didn't matter. But now Americans can, as of like 2014, Americans can finally go there. You used to have to like go to Canada and like fly there. But yeah,
no, Cuba's up there because like I had a friend who went there a couple years ago, and he was like, "You can't just bring money there and like go off. You've got to sort of there's like a bartering system they've got going on."
Barbiturates in Cuba. My cousin sent me a fucking care package like 5 years ago of like fucking second all, 2-and-all, all that shit, all the mother's little helper shit that they don't prescribe.
So yeah, this is kind of where I'm going. I'm at the stage now, where the things I've got on my list are kind of getting a little bit like I'm getting to the point where it's like I've got to go to Australia. I've got to go like
dude, Idaho's in Australia.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Dude, I did a stream with Idaho yesterday, right? He was on the train to Sydney. Like he gets there and the fucking opera house is right there. Like it looks so cool. But also like Australia has some sick like twisted shit when you go inland. That I have 3 friends from there, and Australia's on the list, but the UK first, and then going there next year. Fucking have that fucking hard spar with brutally and fucking.
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just jump on? Can I just jump on what Betty's saying here? Like, it's not just the white royalty thing. Like, I've been trying to tell because I've got mostly. This will shock you based on what Musical has said about me for years. I've got mostly black friends. And they all went there.
Oh, we know.
I've had people calling me being like, I need to sell my car. I need to go back there immediately. They've just lost their fucking minds. I'm getting calls like, when are you going back? When are you going back?
Okay,
I'm like, bro, I've been telling you for 20 years.
This is not.
You don't
this is
understand yet.
not
I used to get literally abused on a daily basis here. Every time I go say, oh, I'm going back to Thailand, all the boys used to say, oh, you're getting fucked up the ass. I used to take all the, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting fucked up the ass.
Yeah, and
off
then
I
they
go
once and
on my
they
little
go
jaunt,
once and they're addicted.
and then they go there one time and they're acting like
Yeah,
fucking
and they're
crackheads,
asking
mate.
for a loan and shit to go. Yeah, I feel you. Dude, I don't know. Okay, so like, not to make this racial, but one thing about black, so like, I have a couple of black friends that went to Brazil, like, and
I was gonna
like,
leave, but now that we're getting into this, let's go.
dude,
Fuck it.
hold
I
on,
love
hold
when
on.
someone starts a conversation with, I don't want to be racist, but I love
No, I didn't say
when it
racist. I
starts
said
like this.
racial. I said racial because one thing about black people is like, you know, they can't get enough of some shit that they just discovered like that. Like my two friends went to.
I love how you said we're not
Brazil.
gonna get racist, we're gonna get racial. Then you said with black people, they when as soon as they get something they like, they can't get
It's not
fucking
ra-
enough
yeah,
of it.
okay, yeah, racist would be would be if somebody goes, I don't like black people. Racial is just talking about.
No, but you can say like a generalized thing about black people, and it's still a bit, you know, you're on that, you're dancing on the line
Look,
there,
if
aren't you? A little bit.
if Matua, who's black, is 100% black, allows it, then you know it's all good. You know?
Oh, that would, what?
Yeah,
you're claiming,
right
so you're getting some random person from the internet, assuming
Is
that
that, well,
you may or may not have seen
Matua's black,
who
and he says it's okay. So
no, Matua
I'll believe it.
Matua is my racially ambiguous friend, and I love the running joke that he's black because he lives in Harlem, and you know it's you know, so I'm gonna say that him being cool is with what I'm about to say is authorization. And all I was gonna say, by the way, is that
that's not how anything works at all. But carry on.
I mean, I'm making Frankie. You know, you
Oh,
realize that you can.
Matua's just jumped off a bridge. Gilly, oh no, the Pied Piper's just jumped off the bridge.
I have to, like, you have to admire Frankie's ability. Hold on. Frankie's ability to just have no like narcissism about.
Wait, hang on a
Frankie's
second.
a master of his own destiny. Matua. All right, you know what though? Matua's not even really black, so it doesn't matter.
So you used a white person to let you.
He's not really black.
I'm so glad we stuck around.
Yeah, yo, Frankie. By the way, you do a great job of like acting like you're not a man who's a master of his own destiny. Frankie, like acts like, you know, like a cubicle dude, but like in reality, he's a Chad who like makes the world bend to his rules and refuses to admit it on the panel.
I don't know if I can.
Like,
I mean, as much as
that's not how things work at all. It's like you know, goddamn well, like things work the way you make them work sometimes.
All right. No, just thank you.
I saw you in the club, bro.
This is the crescendo I needed tonight. That was perfect.
I don't know where that came from.
A compliment from Gilly. Frankie, did you need both hands to brush your hair just now, or was it about the tattoos and like, you know? Now I'm looking at everything.
Giddy, are you coming at me, bro? Do you need to?
No, dude, I'd be terrified.
No, I was just. I mean, I didn't really think it through, to be honest. Sorry, carry. Right. Anyway, yeah. What I'm saying is, bottom line.
Say that I'm MMA related. What is
All right, go on. I guess we've moved on from all the fun. Let's move on.
Oh no, I'm
sorry. MMA. No, sorry. Carry on.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, Frankie, can I ask you a real honest question, dude? Seriously, like, I mean, like, it's hard to believe that anybody is as in it for the art as you are, like, by not monetizing. Like, yeah, like, is like, I mean, and like you and I have talked like privately and shit, but like, I don't think this is like, you know, it's you know, honest question, like. Because you refuse to monetize, and like so that like Isha was in your chat the other day, you know, and he was asking me about it, like, and I'm like, yeah, Frankie just doesn't monetize, and like, you know, he just always tells me he doesn't want to, like, because Isha was trying to donate.
Yeah, no, I saw him mention that. I'll just maintain the same thing I've always said. It's just not what I'm here for.
Yeah, but like,
it's mainly that's the
sure,
reason.
but like, I mean, there's more to it than that, right? Because obviously, who wouldn't want to supplement their income and shit like that? Or do you feel like once you did it, you would have to pander or something?
Yeah, I feel like maybe I would lose what I came here for if I started focusing on that. I think that might be part of it.
And you think just by turning on the ability for people to donate, that would. Okay.
I mean, I'm a fairly like when I say I'm going to do something, I always follow through, but like I don't want to put myself in that position where I'm like where it becomes I'm making more money from this than I thought I would. Maybe I don't know. It's like
and then start to feel like maybe you should go
down and then I become it's more that like I've said this multiple times. The reason I got on here was what's going on right now in this chat, having you on, having Brutally on, having different people on I never thought it would even get this far.
What,
so
the fact that it's got
to this part, well, yeah, to an extent. But seriously, to have a community like this, and we have to shout out members of the chat, and Brutally feels the same way because I think we've spoken about this privately as well.
Yeah,
this is fucking zero. This is zero without the people that come in and listen to us talk about
talk shit.
Call it what it is. Absolute drivel.
Anyone who has to put up with this guy to my fucking right, I mean, you deserve a fucking medal.
Brutally. Okay, listen. Let's get the nurse on.
Listening.
Let's get the nurse on for one panel, and just with no disrespect, it's like, Miss, if you don't mind, write a list of everything that your boifriend does that makes
she's not here right now. I like how he's addressing her like she's in the room.
Like, this is what I would say if you were to come in. It's like just like take 10 minutes. Like we'll still be here, right? Go in the other room. Like write a list of everything that makes you like just think about like attacking him with the claw end of a hammer while he's asleep. She'd come back with fucking. Like, I mean, dude, just the way that you were watching soccer that time, like, suck on those fucking plums as she's, like, trying to read a novel or some shit in the next room. Like, you have to be harder to deal with than me.
I love this picture that you're building up of the nurse that she's a novel reader.
Reading a novel.
Lying in bed waiting.
I mean,
Jane Austen's good.
When she's not getting electrolytes into you after you're fucking like hungover the night before after fucking Stoke City wins. You're just fucking pissed drunk. She's gotta jostle you awake and make you drink fluids.
Yeah,
I'm not a home wrecker, Betty. I'm not a home wrecker. I'm saying, dude, I just said
it's a weird fantasy that Giuliano's just cooked up. It started with he was going to ask the nurse a question, and then it turned into this fucking fantasy.
There's a Jane Austen novel suddenly.
I just brutally.
And a claw and a hammer in the background.
It's got to be so sitcom-y though. It's like the way I see it. Like your relationship, it's it's just such
I'd imagine your relationship is rather.
It's a good. No, it's a solid one for sure. I'm just saying, like all this fucking antics, and she has to tolerate them and shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, she went to the shop, and I said, "Don't get raped." So.
I mean, that's kind of.
Just don't. Yeah,
I thought that was quite thoughtful.
I think it was fault for her to not get raped because
that would have been a killer for the relationship. Yeah,
deal breaker.
Deal breaker. I don't want to be dealing with that. Like,
oh god,
ruined.
Do you at least give her like a stun gun or something? Or is it just not dangerous?
Where do you think we live?
I know where you guys live respectively. I'm not sure about the crime rate where Brutally's at. I mean, I know it's not Bradford for fuck's sake, but
actually, someone got killed on my street not long ago.
Oh, really?
True story. Oh no, he didn't get killed. It was attempted murder, but the paper read life-changing injuries.
Dude, it's like there's no way around being accused of making shit about myself, so fuck it. The driver of the fucking Uber, like that car accident I was in, like he was on life support, like you look
very well, by the way. I'm glad to hear. Like, I mean, from the sounds of it,
dude, I got
dead
so lucky,
virtually.
Like, Dude,
what's happened? I don't know anything that's happened.
So I was on that road trip, right? And then I flew back from, like, we started in like Minnesota. I met up with Isha and IRL and Idaho, like, just going like Minnesota, Montana, Idaho, and then down to Nevada, right? And then flew back here. Aisha, the girl that I was with, not Isha City Life, like Aisha. She flew back to New York.
I'm glad you specified that because I was confused for a second.
Yeah. But anyway,
what's the crap? Is that like? Are you dating?
So my
or
Uber
you...
driver basically runs a stop sign.
Bypass that.
Moving on.
Don't want to answer that one, does he?
No. What? Sorry.
Are you dating? Aisha?
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, more or less.
Okay, there we go. Simple. What do you mean,
I
more or less? It's a yes or fucking no answer.
Well, okay, the reason that I'm not just gonna be like, yeah, that's my girlfriend is because like she.
I didn't say girlfriend. I said, are you dating?
Well,
fucking hell, Giuliano.
Fucking.
Are you seeing each other?
Yeah.
Is that easy to?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Would I be upset if she hooked up with somebody else? Would be the question.
You
and
would
vice
be.
versa.
Yeah, you would.
She would be as well. So I mean that. Yeah.
So you're dating. That's very sweet.
Love. Yo, her AI is, dude. She taught Bodak about like AI shit. Like,
that was a very interesting. You were there, Brady, I think, for one of those. You were there when we got into it.
Oh, she didn't teach him. They just had a brief conversation.
She taught. No. Props to fucking Bodak. He did a short video about like acknowledging that because she
the negative
AI
prompts. Yeah, negative prompt. Yeah, negative prompts.
I'm sorry. We were talking about how you. Sorry,
you negate that with negative prompting.
Yeah. Sorry, we were talking about how you almost lost your life.
So
sorry,
anyway, the fucking car accident was just that I had this very Korean Uber driver who he ran a fucking stop sign in a Nissan Sentra that got hit from the left, by a Ford F350, which is gonna fold a Nissan Sentra, like origami, and and I was like, moderately concussed, my legs like a little bit fucked up, but the driver got hit like full force and he was like on life support.
Shit.
So yeah, that's why I was MIA for like 7 or 8 days.
Well, that's just dude. Oh, okay.
But it's no, it's fine. I'm alive. It would kill the mood if I was like, yo, so now I'm paralyzed below the waist.
How many car accidents
you
have you been in?
We've not seen below the waist yet.
True, Frankie. I've been in too many car accidents. Like it's an annoying ass fucking. Dude, it's so annoying because people are like, oh yeah, really, like this is my 18th car accident. I'm Gio. And it's just like, well, I mean, sorry.
You've had 18 car accidents.
No, people will say, like, people will fucking.
Are you saying hyperbole?
Yeah, but some, I don't know. In all seriousness, probably 12 or 13 in my life.
Because it's not that far from 18 then. Like, oh my god, 18! 18!
To be fair,
it's like actually it's more like 16 or 17.
I was only
unbelievable.
2 of them was I driving though. So only 2 of them was I driving. So like the universe keeps trying to kill me.
Incredible. Yeah, was John Jones in the car in one of those? Was John Jones
Lane, drivers on life support, but it's like I'm not just okay though, Lane. I had to stay in that. Like I couldn't even leave against medical advice because I was concussed to the point where they're like, yeah, if you lay down and go to sleep, like you're gonna probably fuck yourself.
13 or 14 car accidents though is fucking you should
that is insane. That is insane.
You know that like
I didn't want to meet this guy. I didn't want to get in a car with this fucking guy.
I'm not getting in a car with you.
Dude, I said brutally, only twice in all of those times was I driving. Like,
yeah, I didn't want to get in a fucking Uber. Like the chances of fucking getting in a crash.
Dude, imagine, but like Asians are known for being, I mean, not to make this racial again, but Asians are known for being like limp dicks when it comes to driving and going under the speed limit. This motherfucker, like, I don't know if he was on speed or what, but he fucking blew a stop sign at like a dark ass 3-way intersection where where fucking there's a Ford F-350 is a pickup truck. It's a big ass one.
You know what would solve this, Giuliano? If you motherfuckers just put in roundabouts, you fucking
Dude, roundabouts
twats.
are no.
Roundabouts solve this
in
shit.
the United States.
You and your fucking intersections,
dude.
fucking
okay.
that.
Okay, how about Uber?
Can all of you Americans who are in the chat now, can you throw up a count of how many times you've been in car accidents? I'm just curious.
Dude, I've been in more car accidents than the average person. I obviously, but like
more car accidents than the
rally
car driver, mate.
Dude, it's like I can't say anything that's like, you know, it's like do I need to does everything about my life?
Giuliano, is there anything in life that you're not above average in?
Yeah, he's like, I'm above average and getting killed loads of times as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, brutally. It's not a flex, bro. Like, it's
sounds like a weird flex. Maybe it's like a weird flex to the fucking internet gills. Like you like Charlie Manson, a little Pied Piper with your fucking little.
Dude, according to Clown Show, you're both part of my cult.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Right, so we got a few twos in here.
And it's like, and then people, dude, there's some fucking dickhead trying to troll me one time, was like asking me if I paid the Clown Show off to do that shit as part of some like elaborate, like, it's just like the shit never ends. Like I can't. It's like.
Can I ask you, Giuliano? Were you talking to the driver at the time? I'm trying to find a commonality.
Yeah,
no.
Well,
like,
people ask me if I was like, yeah. It's like, were you fucking in his ear
just
trying
like
to bribe
beating
him
the
to
fuck out of this guy's ear, like just like talking non-stop, and the guy's like,
dude,
shut the bow.
It was almost 1 a.m. I was on the latest flight back. I was fucking quiet as shit. Like I wasn't saying a goddamn word.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to blame you for this, but it's just 13, 14. I'm trying to work out the common denominator here.
Anyone that's seen, like, I did a stream trying to make it to the airport because I literally I used to came to visit LA a few months ago, and she literally bet, like, her idea, by the way. You know, she decided to bet me $500 that I wouldn't make it to the airport in time to like meet her, like, when her flight got in.
This is starting to shape up and make more sense now.
So that
you were telling this poor little Asian boy to step on the gas.
That
I gotta make my money.
I was promising that Uber driver everything, like sanctuary in the United States, fucking like anything I had to say to get this dude to fucking.
I'm not surprised you're not suing him. This is all making sense now.
No, I keep okay. So this is the thing, right? I would have to sue.
Like, he kept shouting at me to go faster.
Like, no.
Couldn't understand.
Yeah, but like
he said John Jones was coming back. He said John Jones was behind us. he was chasing us.
Dude,
he said I had to run the lights.
That would only work with a blue-eyed driver, bro. No, but like, honestly, like, I would have to.
This is why I love having you on. Fucking hell, you are the man. Sorry, carry on.
Dude, Cheddarhead kept trying to tell me, like, he fucking actually knows that, you know, what kind. He's like, yo, Cheddarhead, or Gio. He's like, yo, free money glitch, just sue. Like, so it's like, no, I've actually.
You can sue a man who's on life support. You fucking horrible cunt.
No. How it works, and I'm not suing him.
Haha, you can die. I'm gonna take all your money from your family as well, you cunt.
Dude, what are you saying? Dude, I just got my dad a new fucking car. Jesus. But you know, and I won't be.
You just got your dad a new car. What car did you get him?
Lincoln Navigator. Okay. Yeah,
sorry,
McLaren. What? Dude, my father would not drive a McLaren. No, a Lincoln Navigator.
A Lincoln Navigator. Okay.
What the fuck is a Lincoln Navigator?
It's a full-size SUV, really. It's a very, very nice full-size SUV.
It's a drug dealer car. It's a
no, it's not. It's not an Escalade, dickhead. It's a fucking.
That's a nice SUV. Yeah, that's a nice SUV.
Yeah, it's a nice SUV, but it's not like a fucking. Like, my father wouldn't drive some, like, fucking, you know, look at my shit type. It's an understated, like, luxury SUV. He's fucking earned it. All right, Jesus. But
I know.
Yeah,
Jesus
but
Christ,
also,
like,
fuck.
I can't
take Giuliano's key. Dude, the fucking the thing is that like, you would have to sue. I would have to sue Uber. That's the. Yeah, and I would. Yeah, no, Lane's right. Uber has a fucking strong enough legal team. He tagged the Uber driver's bitch. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that dude. It was the
Hashtag
opposite.
Mohammed Khan.
Frankie, he had his neck craned all the way around, not watching the road, trying to tell me about his like up and coming YouTube career he was trying to start. I'm like, yeah, dude, that sounds really good. Yeah, sure, I'll fucking tag you. And then boom. Fucking.
Shall we do a collab?
Yeah.
This has turned out better.
I swear to God, I'll make it up to you. It's like he can't hear you. He's in a coma. But I mean, it's kind of fucked up because the guy really was.
Did you go visit him? Did you go visit him in the hospital? That's a no. That's a fucking no.
No, because it was his fault, for fuck's sake.
The guy is in a fucking coma.
Trying to get you to the fucking airport in record time so you could win $500 bucks.
I didn't. No. That was a different time. I wasn't fucking telling this guy to do shit except get me from the airport to my apartment.
Do you understand though, Giuliano? Yeah, that 13, 14 times in a car accident is.
I knew you were gonna.
Mental.
Yeah, it's like almost all those accidents are when I was younger and I used to.
But it's like getting in a car again and again is like just give up, just fucking get a bike.
Dude, it's not me driving but all but two of those accidents.
If you had a bicycle, he'd be in about 10
RIP in about 10 seconds.
What about not me behind the wheel? Do you not understand? I'm a victim.
No, but it's the point still stands. If I kept getting in vehicles and they kept crashing, I'd be like, well, it must be me. Like,
yeah,
I'd be like, there must be something I'm doing.
So what? I'm supposed to believe in some fucking higher power that's
when it happens 13 or 14 times, yes.
No, I honestly believe you're distracting the driver in some fashion.
I think you were the common denominator. I've got to be
somehow, of course. Okay, a second ago it was like a higher power. Now it's all comes.
No, I just think you're pissing the guy off. I think just pissing whoever's in the car off.
Okay, so like most of the time is like with friends who are on whatever drug back when I was way younger. Like it's not, yeah.
Well, Gaz Ninja's backing you up. He's saying he's been in about a dozen. So we've got.
Yeah. But
does Gaz Ninja feel? Do you feel wary when you get in a vehicle? Now is what I'm saying. Or are you just like fuck it?
Frankie, have you ever been in a helicopter?
Once. I would never do it again.
How did you? Oh, really? You didn't? Dude, it's like
it felt very fucking stable to me.
Okay, so like the way a helicopter moves, like when it first like gets off the ground, like it feels like a roller coaster and shit. But until you realize that like how fucking well trained the pilots are and shit, like you're safer in a helicopter.
It feels like if something goes wrong, it's not like you get a second chance. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but like
I don't feel like
a second chance. I mean, yeah, you fly all over the world though. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, the rate of the percentage of commercial airlines against even a car is way less.
Well, yeah, versus a car, yeah, no.
Percentage-wise, it's one of the safest ways to get about, really. And there's no other. I'm not gonna fucking train journey across to Asia. It'll be too long. It's not worth getting fucked in the ass for that. I mean, it's not worth visiting for that.
Wow, Frankie, wait, yeah.
My ass will be pancakes sitting on a train for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's also about the time because your ass is taking a lot.
It's just way too much. Yeah. Let's not talk about my ass too much and how much of a we're going places I'm not prepared for. But no, I'm just saying. Yeah, is it not like 13, 14 times? It's a lot, man. It's like.
I mean, dude, you're talking about mostly when I was like a teenager into like my early 20s. So
no, fair enough.
I mean,
you're saying that you're playing the victim card, and you're saying that it wasn't your.
I'm not playing the victim card. I'm just saying that like it's not like I'm like a retard just crashing.
Yeah, but you said only 2 of the accidents were you driving. Yeah, so that means 12 crashes. You just got in a car, done fuck all, and the car's crashed. Do you realize how unlucky that is?
Okay, you ever been in a car with like your friends and like you may or may not have
loads.
You may or may not have
What's the question?
May or may not have put some cocaine in your nose. People are drunk. Fucking, you decide, let's race because like you took 2 cars because there's a bunch of you to whatever
Have you got coke in your nose now? Like it looks like your nose is like licking.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of get where he's coming from on this one. When you're young, you do stupid shit.
Yeah, it's Frankie. It's mostly.
Yeah, but the thing is, right though, Frankie, I've done all that shit. I've been there, done that shit.
You think when the first or second one goes, you go, do you know what? I got away unscathed here.
I've got extreme luck, or he's extremely unlucky. But I've done all that, getting in the car with loads of my friends, coked up. We're fucking driving on the opposite side of the road, doing donuts around roundabouts and shit. Exactly. And I've not been in a car crash, not ever, not myself, not in a car, not pissed up, not coked up, none of those things. And technically, I should have at least been in one. But 14.
You're either lucky or you and your friends are just kind of pussies. I don't know.
No, my issue is
I can guarantee the way I drive is fucking insane. Like everyone always calls me Lewis fucking Hamilton because I'm fucking speeding all the time.
Like brutally, you say that, but like I see, like, and that's the thing. It's all like relative, right? Like if I'm a passenger and you're driving, like I'm gonna be calm as shit, even if you're fucking like weaving through shit and whipping around fucking roundabouts and all that. Like, yeah. It's like, but also like if you like you say that's a large number, but if you actually think about it, it's like that's like one a year for.
It's distinctly above average unless you fucking drive NASCAR, is what we're saying.
Yeah, dude. And like, it's not like it's not a fucking thing.
And my only point is if it happened when you were young, my point would be like once you've been in like the second or maybe even the first that way. If it was me, if it's the first, I'd be like, I'm not going to be doing coke when I'm fucking. But I'll be like, but by the third, like this Frankie, is I'm trying to get into your mind where you're like 3, 4, Frankie. 5, 6.
Yeah, I'll because like you and I, like when we were you and I both, right, at the age of let's say
just so you know what the average is, because I've just found out the average in a lifetime, if you pass from when you're 18 low. Is 3 to 4 crashes.
Giuliano is now the GOAT of being in fucking car crashes as well.
I'm not.
He's a John Jones of fucking car accidents.
He's Stig. He's the fucking Stig. That's what he is.
This is what always happens. Somehow it always turns into like, it's like, oh my God, here's Gio talking about like he's been in the most car. It's like, I don't.
What's the biggest shit you've ever taken?
About. It's just a fact. It's like, it's like, should I divide it by a certain number and downplay? It's just like. And also, Frankie, by the way, aged 16 to like 19, right? Like, are you really learning?
I'm not saying it's
learning
those
lessons like when
I'm not saying it's inconceivable. I'm not saying you're being
no. I know you're not. But
insane.
What I'm saying, but you're asking about like the mindset, right? Like, put yourself there, at like in that age range, right? Because that's when most of the shit happened, right? Like, your lifestyle is what it is, right? Like, it's like, yeah, I almost died last week. I'm still alive though. I'm kind of invincible. And then I
kind of get that because it's kind of like how I used to. It's kind of how I used to treat like vagina, right? I dive in without a condom, and then like I'd have like nutter's regret like right after, and then you get that that death march to the clinic, and then I'd be like, God, I swear to God, I'm never gonna do this again, and then. You get the all clear and you're like, we're back, boys, and then you just go straight. You're straight back to doing it.
It sounds like you got it at gunpoint and you went, all right, come on, bitch.
Yeah.
We're going to the clinic. Dude. We need to get you some morning after pill. Come on, bitch. Holding her up like it's a fucking heist. Gun to the back of the fucking head.
It's usually like 3. It's usually like a month and a half, 2 months of like, do I have any like symptoms? And then it's like, I don't, but I just did. There was like 3 bitches hanging off the fucking ceiling light. I better.
Word.
I better get checked.
And try,
odds wise.
Try talking Catholic girls into getting abortions too. That's the other thing. Fucking. Just like reckless.
You're a sick motherfucker. All I heard is, like you've done it. Like you've done it. You said, try getting a Catholic girl having an abortion. Because I have.
I don't know how.
This guy.
I'm the GOAT of getting fucking Catholic girls to 12 on my record. How many have you got?
Abortions. There goes some abortions.
I'm not like that's a number I'm not gonna say. That's a number.
Fuck John Jones.
That's the number you're not gonna say. That is a dark thing to say, bro. That is
well, I mean, Frankie, how many trips to the clinic ended in results that were positive for you?
What do you mean? STD wise? I'm very grateful to say I've never caught one.
Yeah, I haven't either. By the grace of God.
Which believe me is I thought you were gonna say how many abortions have you had done? I was like,
I thought he was going to say that.
We're gonna go bar for bar, yeah?
I mean, yeah, let's go band for band.
Gonna go band for band.
I mean, I'll tell you if you.
Christ.
I mean, might as well, right? Fuck it. Let's jump right in.
Go on, man.
If you want to reveal to the public how many, let's do an over under. Now let's do an over under, yeah.
All right, for me or for you?
Well, mine's
and
zero,
by the way, okay. So are we counting in relationships though?
Just abortions all time, and we'll do a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then we do it on the fingers, like how many?
All right, we'll have to hold my phone with one hand, so that's
all right. That's you need two. You need two hands for this. His feet are gonna fly up in the air and be like,
"He needs 2 hands."
Yeah,
fucking hell.
I didn't even think about that. There's your over under then.
He needs his feet as well.
No, I don't.
That's it.
We
know it's over 5.
Hold on.
He's got think. He's got fucking think.
Yeah, no, think about this.
Well, I'm not thinking like that. I'm just like, yeah, okay.
How many did you name? You fucking sick cunts.
Oh, gee, 0. You fucking twisted fuck. But,
you're the one with 5 abortions, mate, not me.
Yeah, you don't tag its ear and keep in touch, dude. You fucking walk out of the clinic, dude. God damn.
I don't know how it works, I'll be honest, but sorry.
Right. Are we going to do a countdown then? 3, 2, 1. Hold it up.
9. No, I just said it.
9.
9, but like 4 of them were with
so what we've learned from this is Giuliano gets in cars over and over again when he gets in crashes, and then he fucking first abortion.
9 abortions.
9 abortions in it. He's like, do you know what? I think I should wear a condom.
All right. Let me.
Giuliano needs to have a fight because I just want to do his announcements. In the blue corner, 9 abortions, 14 car crashes. Giuliano.
I know there's 0 women in, or like, if there are any women out there, like, just birth control is not gonna hurt you. So, like, you know.
So now it's their fault, is it?
Oh yeah, now he's blaming. It takes 2.
Okay, so
you could tie the rods. You could tie the fucking rods and stop fucking spunking up women.
This is the it's like you have revealed yourself as the John Jones in one stream. You've revealed yourself as the John Jones of MMA YouTube.
All right, in a 7-year relationship, right? My ex fucking just fucking decided not to. She didn't decide, but she fucking just forgot to take her birth control.
Is this one girl? 9 abortions.
3, yeah. So of the number I just said, 3 of them were over the course of a 7-year relationship.
That seems.
Where she forgot
I know brutally. I know you think that makes it more that seems even dumber to me. If you've got a marching goal 3 times to the fucking abortion, it's the same goal.
Yeah,
my long-term girlfriend who was on birth control and then just forgot to take it on 3 different occasions over the course of 7 years.
I can kind of.
So you marched down the clinic at gunpoint.
No, dude, I didn't fucking strong arm the shit, bro. It was a mutually arrived at decision. Fuck. I mean,
fuck.
Yeah,
I didn't think we'd ever get here. This is mad. I say this a lot on my channel though, don't I? I'm like, I didn't think we'd end up here.
Yeah, Frankie. I feel like you always think that things like, dude, Frankie, one of the best panels that like, I mean, not that it should be try to be duplicated, but at one time it was like 8 of us on here, and everyone was going at everybody. Brutally was talking about how Good Noodle was gonna get raped by African immigrants, and Noodle was talking about Roman Delise
one of the best things we ever did.
That can't be duplicated. But during that stream, Frankie, the thing with you though is during that
was a UFC press conference. That was that was our Conor McGregor, Jeremy Stevens moments.
Bet, yeah. And Frankie, dude, but Frankie, do you remember your state of mind while that was going on? You had your head in your hands thinking it was going terribly. And then in the weeks afterwards, you realized what a fucking dope tune that was. Like,
yeah. No, it wasn't that. It was just more that, like, at the time, it was, like, cringe as fuck. Like, when it got down to, like, the end of it, it was just a fucking, like, a whole, you know, it was just
Yeah, it was too
mess
much.
of
It was
voices.
chaos,
It was
wasn't
too
it?
much. The thing is, when I look
Yeah,
back
no,
on it,
it
it was
was,
fucking
man.
hilarious. Like, when I was doing the
It
shorts, I
was.
was like, "Nah, this is
That's
funny."
like an
But it's
event
like,
that can't be like it's like that. It
the thing
had
is,
to
stuff like that could happen again, because when you throw the right personalities in and you get the right energy, stuff like that can
yeah.
happen.
But
But it's just
I think Frankie. I think
most of the time it's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why you shouldn't try to have like 7 or 8 people on and duplicate that. Vinny was on.
We can do them every now and then. Mate, Vinny was just in the corner getting fucking monged out of his. He contributed zero.
Just dabbing.
That situation. He
Dude,
was just dabbing away.
No, he had a glazed eye.
He said
smile.
nothing. Yeah, he said nothing.
He had a glazed-eyed
like,
smile.
I say he contributed nothing. Him contributing nothing was not fair, because it just
No,
when you look
he
at
had
the pictures of the
aura.
whole thing, he had aura.
He had
was
aura.
like he was in the corner just ignoring
I
everyone and
got
getting
away with
monged.
not paying child support again, like, you know, just fucking dabbing it up, happy as a fucking clam. But that was yeah, that like that's the type of shit that, like, you know, where you know, the type of chaos and shit that you always try to avoid. Like, but you know, every now and then it's good.
This is why we need to get more of the point. But I've just realized we're gonna have to wrap it up pretty soon. But like, if there's anything else you guys want to talk about now,
I need to get to bed.
Because it's 2.5 hours in. This has been great, by the way. I've enjoyed
brutally
this.
honest one thing.
Go on.
Brutally, what do you think of the FIFA club tournament that's going on?
I can get behind it, you know. It's something that's it's okay, isn't it? Out of season, bit of fun. I don't mind it.
I can tell you this: if my club was in it, I'd be down for it, because I think there's a bit of jealousy
Frankie,
in that
you know
they can make an extra 100 million.
Frankie, you know who's in it, right? Still,
I know who's left.
Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm not. They got very lucky though. That's the lucky fuck.
Yeah, I mean, dude, big upsets, dude. Inter lost to Fluminense. Fucking.
I did say to the boys here. I said to the boys that a South American team was going to get really far. Everyone said they were going to crash out in the first round, and I was like, no.
Which one? There are a few. But dude,
Botafogo beat I didn't.
PSG. But that was a qualifier game.
So the only team left. The only team left is Fluminense, I think.
Yeah. They pulled a huge upset over Inter.
The only thing I don't like about it is players and not really getting rested, are they?
Yeah, well dude, there's
I'm hoping that will pay off for us.
They're not having an off season.
So right now the North American Gold Cup is happening, and USA is arguably the US's best player, who's Christian Pulisic. He's not playing in that tournament for the US, which is why, like, I mean, the US barely made it to the semifinals. They have a fucking semifinal game against Honduras today, and, like, you know, it's actually anybody's game.
The mighty Honduras.
Dude, Mexico wins that tournament more than anyone. They're definitely gonna win. They're the only ones that
Mexico love football though. They fucking love it.
No, yeah, but their national team is not particularly strong, like, when it comes to the actual World Cup. But, like, in North America, it's Mexico, the US, and Canada usually. Panama, I think Panama does all right. They you know, but, like, Honduras and Guatemala are in the semifinals against.
Speaking of football, the women's Euros kicked off tonight.
Couldn't give less of a fuck, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't either.
I don't mind. I don't mind the women's football. You know,
I think women's football, women's basketball is all shit. It's not there yet.
Yeah, but women's football, at least they have attractive women.
It's gone up. Oh yes, that's true. And it has got better.
Caitlin Clark is a you know, kind of secretly a pretty adorable female basketball player.
Cool. But I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, boys, thank you.
Yeah,
this has
been a good.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been awesome. Thanks for setting this up, Giuliano. Brutally, thanks as always. If you haven't subscribed to Giuliano, down in the description, as is Brutally Honest MMA. Again, shout out to all of you in the chat who
MMA.
Subscribe to Brutally Honest MMA for sure.
Do it right
if you could
now,
like the stream before you head out as well, that would be great. Is there anyone that's worth raiding at this moment in time? I always forget to do this.
Yeah, I always forget.
Is there anyone to share some love with somebody?
Let's have a quick look.
There's no way for me to never mind. I was gonna go live after, but like, don't raid me. I don't want to be accused of raid.
Unless if you're going live right now, then go ahead, bro. Like we'll send the because I think.
All right. I mean, yeah.
We're gonna go live right now. Then pop the link for it in the description, and we'll
All right, I gotta make a fucking thumbnail.
Thank you, guys. This has been fun. Thanks for all the chat. Thanks to everyone. It's been a good one. We'll see you again. The next time I'm on is on Sunday because I'm going to a wedding on the weekend, so I'm not going to be doing a
Who's getting married?
Stream.
Thank you. Who's getting married?
One of my friends, one of my dumb friends who I tried to warn him. I'm going to try and
last?
I might try and.
What's the
I might try, yeah, I do.
The marriage lasts?
I think it will do well. He's got patience. That's all I'll say. I might do like a wedding, not wedding crashes, old school, like, you know, have a quick word in his ear just while they're on the altar and just say, bro, you sure?
Yeah. Don't do it.
Pull that. I don't know. Don't do it, bro.
Don't do it, best man. Dude, I was a
no. I'm just pitching up. Nobody would make me the best man. I'm too irresponsible. Anyway,
dude,
guys.
You know what's crazy?
Right, see you in a bit, boys. Catch you in a bit.
All right, yeah, but I'll be live in 5 minutes. Yo, Frankie,
cool,
you know,
bro. Yeah, head over. Yeah, go on quickly.
I've been a best man 4 times at 4 different weddings.
So you're the goat of being the best man as well. I can believe it. I'm surprised the number isn't higher. I'm surprised it wasn't fucking. Dude. I can't stream at Antec. That would be most of the people in my life don't know I'm on YouTube. I don't have the balls to tell them that I do this.
Why? Well, you just integrated. Mate. I mean, don't be like live streaming in real life situations, but you know.
Betty, I'd order a stripper for the actual wedding, mate. That would be where I'd fuck up.
A bachelor party, bro. Yo, you'd bring the stripper to the wedding.
Yeah,
because you fall in love at the bachelor party and fucking
turn up with her,
bring the bitch with you to the wedding.
Get her to twerk on the altar.
That's funny. That's a real.
I'm the cut. If you're a wild guy, you should make me your best man because I'll fuck it up for you. Blame me.
If not my best man, dude, you would be a groomsman for sure. It depends on who I'm getting married to.
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah, no.
I'd like to check that off the bucket list.
I'll pay for your appearance, dude. But you gotta be wild ass Frankie, like the Frankie that didn't, you know, like when you ended the stream and
bring the old Frank the Tank back. Yeah, it has to be Frank the Tank. It has to be like I can't be regular Frankie turning up to those kind of things because it would be dull as fuck. I need alcohol to be fucked.
You need a sleeveless shirt. Okay, that's where you a sleeveless shirt and fucking, you know, and just like, you know, you have to have had like a bar fight the night before. Like, you know, so you got like, you know, like you're a little bit cut.
It's not that far out of reach for me.
Bloody knuckles showing up. You just light a cigarette inside the venue. People start like, you know.
It's not that far out of reach for me.
It's like this is Frankie. He's English, so you know how they are. But all right, bro.
Sure.
Yeah, give me
thanks a lot, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll be live in 5 minutes. I gotta make a thumbnail. Actually, 5 minutes. People always give me shit for my ETAs.
Cool, bro. Yeah. So if you're in the chat right now, head over to Giuliano. I'm sure he's got a lot to say. Again, thanks to everyone. This was more fun than we were retarded, but it was fun. Yeah, love you all. Like I said, if you wouldn't mind liking when you duck out, that'd be sweet. And yeah, I'll catch you on Sunday. I'm not sure what the panel's going to be. I might try and do like a big one just for shits and giggles, just to see how many people we can get in. But yeah, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. Yeah, catch you on Sunday. In a bit. Take it easy, guys.